definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 365 Flicks podcast, and finally Kevin has come back. I don't know why I did that, I went totally off script there.
That was mental.
Are you a little bit worried now?
I'm a bit scared.
I have no idea what happened there. Like I started on a roll, like hello everybody, welcome to 365, and then The Rock just came into my head, and I was like, and finally. Anyway, so yeah, this is the 365 Flicks podcast. You are listening to another jam-packed, full of the gunnels episode. I am the pissy ex-video store clerk, Kev.
And I am the Scottish reading whore, Chris.
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's go for it.
What?
I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, you've had a week.
I've had a week.
Yeah.
I was... it's just been a very, very long week. Today I thought everyone was going fine. You know, we've got some money finally coming into the business account, which I've been waiting for what feels like about 6 months for. So it was all great, all gravy, all happy days, and then fucking Computer Age comes along and just everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
I'm sick of things going to shit.
Yeah, but we've made up for it tonight because we have just recorded an interview with Mark Zammit, actor, director extraordinaire. You will be hearing that on a future Indie Talk. I'm not sure when. It'll drop though. You'll be hearing that soon. It's a fantastic chat.
Definitely.
He was a lad. He was a full lad. And I thoroughly enjoyed that interview. So that'll be coming soon. Listen out for that. And we're about to do this.
We are about to do this.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this. I needed this today.
We've got a cheeky top 5. I've got some news. Some maybe some ranty news.
Oh.
I've got some ranty reviews.
Oh. We've got one particularly ranty review coming.
we have a 0%er this week, and this week our 0%er was the Ridiculous 6, the classic Adam Sandler movie from 2015, and yeah, we both watched it, and safe to say
it nearly broke me.
Safe to say, Netflix, fuck you.
Adam Sandler, fuck you.
But we'll get into that in a little bit. We also have Adjust the Pilot, which you cheated at. You fully cheated on this one.
I didn't mean to. I didn't know.
So the concept of Just the Pilot is that we watch just the first episode, the pilot, of a TV series.
It said episode 1 on Sky when I downloaded it, alright? Don't question me.
So Chris, in his infinite wisdom and research, decided that we would watch a TV movie pilot.
Wasn't a TV movie, it was 45 minutes long.
It was a TV movie.
No, it wasn't.
It's called a TV movie.
No, it wasn't.
So it's a TV movie.
No, it isn't.
Hence, therefore, there are no other episodes. There's no episode 2.
It said fucking episode 1.
So
what do you want from me?
When it comes to the question at the end of Just the Pilot, would you continue watching the series? What will be your answer?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Watch it again. Does that count?
We'll get to that in a little bit. But
Bastard.
first of all, you have got some pimpage to do.
I do, yeah. I've just done it for another intro, and I'm going to make a complete arse of it now.
Most likely.
Or not.
Most likely.
We'll see. We'll see.
You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you go.
Are you?
I'm going to let you off the leash.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Get it right. Sorry.
We are the 365 Flicks podcast. You can find us on the Facebooks and the Twitter just by searching for 365 Flicks podcast.
Yay.
Yay! We are on a couple of cheeky networks. We are on the Tangible Network, the Wicked Radio Network, Weeby Geeks, our British home, the one and only nerdly.co.uk, and on the Twitters, we are on #PorternFamily. Have a look for us on our website, www.365flickspodcast.co.uk. It is shiny and awesome and shiny.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can have a look for us on iTunes, you can have a look for us on Stitcher, on Satchel, and any other third-party podcasting apps that you can download. And don't forget to leave us a review.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff.
5-star.
5-star.
Yeah, we'll not go into it again. 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that wasn't too bad. You did pretty well there. I will give you that one. It's a shame I'm not recording, though. Oh, your face there. Your face there. That was a picture. I am recording, by the way, as you will know, because you can hear this.
Yep.
So what I want to do before we move on, we've got some news, we've got some reviews, and we've got some geeky shit to talk about, and we're going to get into it. Our top 5 this week is ringtone theme songs for movies and TVs.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I always fuck up the name
Something
of the
a bit
top
different.
5. It is. It's something a bit different, and we'll get into that.
I didn't put it on the Facebooks or anything.
No, fuck them. But yeah, first of all, what I want to do is I want to remind everybody, and I want to take the opportunity to thank the guys again over at MCM, Scotland. They sent us some free tickets to do a giveaway, and we did the giveaway, and it went pretty damn well.
It really did. The Facebook Live was weird.
Yeah, I deleted it the next day because I was like,
Did you really?
I watched it and I was like, oh my god, what a pair of mugs. So no, I think it was like 2 or 3 days it was up there, but then I deleted it because I was like,
not even
I ain't
attempted to watch it.
Yeah,
because,
well, you can't anymore. It's gone. It's no longer in the ether.
That's
It's
fine
gone.
with me, because it started off. We didn't even realise it was live, and I was calling your phone a piece of shit.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Which, to be fair, it is. But
it went down well. We got a lot of reception from the Facebook, the Twitter,
it was awesome.
and the Instagram. The Instagram got used. People were loving it. The Instagram. There's lots of people.
You have an Instagram?
Yeah, we have an Instagram.
Shit.
I think I started it, and then I thought I might use that one day, and then lo and behold, we got a ticket giveaway, and I used it.
Huh.
But yeah, so congratulations again to Adam Smith, Heather Ross, Barry Telford, Gary Craig, and Dwayne Nesbitt, who all were the lovely recipients of some free tickets up to Glasgow at the SEC to go and hopefully meet 3 of the original 5 Power Rangers.
I'm not going to take the piss. I don't watch Power Rangers, but you did, so that's all good.
I know, and I loved it, and I
I'm not
loved
going to
it.
take the piss, but
And
yeah.
to be honest, I'd love to be there. However, I'm going to be somewhere even better.
Yeah.
Well, can I say even better? Because they gave us the tickets for free.
Well, you just did.
On a par, but pretty cool for us.
Well, we're going over to America to possibly get washed away. So,
America! What do you mean?
well, it's all flooding and that, isn't it?
Ew.
Well, not everywhere, but
Is it? You know I don't watch the news. They keep changing the story every 2 minutes.
yeah, Hurricane. I forget what the name of it is.
Is that what it's
Something.
called?
Hurricane something.
Yeah.
It's hit in Texas. Have you not been?
Oh, well, I hope they're all okay.
Well, yeah.
Are they okay?
I don't know.
Oh, that's not Cincy, though. That's a long way away from Cincy.
About sort of a couple of inches on the map.
A couple of inches on the map,
well,
which is like, in Game of Thrones term,
about
like
2 Scotlands.
two Scotlands. In Game of Thrones term, it's just a quick fast travel.
Yes.
So, you'd be fine. But yeah, we're going to get into the episode now. We are going to Cincinnati at the end of September.
3 weeks' time, motherfucker.
3 weeks. And we're hoping to get the Hobie Boys on before we go over, but they're being a bunch of divas.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
It's getting a bit ridiculous now.
Jason will only come on if we send them the right colour of Pez.
Yeah. And you know what? It's starting to feel like I'm like that guy who expected a phone call after the first date. Like, that's how it sort of feels right now. Like, I've sent the message, but I'm not getting the phone call back.
Do you feel like they've double blue ticked you?
I feel like they have. They are way blue ticking us.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, and now I know how you feel.
Well, there you go.
I blue tick you every night. And that's not a sexual thing, so keep your mind clean, please.
You weren't there.
And also, big thank you to MCM for doing that for us. That was fantastic. Hopefully we'll do something cool with them in the future.
Definitely.
Keep your ears out for that. And another massive thank you. We did the last episode, which was a set visit to the Black Site set. And Tom and George and Craig had us down. Another huge thank you to them, because I can't say it enough. We had an absolute blast. The 8-hour drive home, but the rest of it was fantastic.
You know, that shit will disappear. That shit will disappear from our heads.
I'll give it like
it kind of started to has.
I'll give it a year, and I'll have forgotten about it.
It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. It was an adventure.
It was an adventure. It was definitely that. So yeah, thank you to those guys. Thank you to everybody in the cast and crew who's been liking and retweeting and following the page and sending the episode out to people, because that's what it's all about. They're really helping the episode get out, and it's doing fantastic. So I'm super pleased with the way that's going, and those guys are all cool.
Yes, they are.
Still expecting tickets to the premiere though.
Well, that's a given.
Surely. And again, check Ash's YouTube, because dude's cool. So keep checking that out. AG Vlogs, have a look for it on the YouTubes. what do you say we get into the episode?
I wish you would.
Where, fuck off. Where would you like to start? You want to start with the news, or do you want to do some just the pilot, or?
Well, we get the 0%ers out the way.
No, I'm saving that one. I'm saving that one.
Okay, let's just do just the pilot.
Let's start with just the pilot,
or just the TV film. Apparently,
just the TV film, because it can only be just the pilot because there's only one fucking episode.
I didn't know that.
Right. So,
I downloaded what I thought was the first episode because it said episode 1.
The Williams pool match. It wasn't even a match, it was something else.
It was nothing short of a miracle.
It was the longest and arguably greatest game in tennis history.
It was 7 days in hell.
Aaron Williams does not play country club tennis because he's from the streets.
It was a reverse blindside. You know, a rich white family gets a black kid and makes him play football. Well, we flipped it. You see, my dad, he took a white kid and made him play tennis.
Aaron Williams, you're known as the bad boy of tennis.
I'm not going to apologize for the incidents in yesterday's match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a streaker.
What's going on? What's he doing to her?
It's natural and it's beautiful.
An Englishman hadn't won Wimbledon since 1937, so there was tremendous pressure on Charles.
What's your overall strategy?
I don't know what the word strategy means, Brian Gumble.
I'm not Brian Gumble. I'm Soledad O'Brien.
I'm at the wrong show.
No, the name of the show is Real Sports with Brian Gumble.
Yeah, indubitably, yeah.
this was your baby. Just the pilot is your baby. Take it away.
Okay, so it will
just the
episode,
TV movie.
The episode was called 7 Days in Hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mockumentary starring Kit Harington and I forget what the other guy's called.
Andy Sandler.
But you know what? There were a lot of other cheeky cameos.
Oh, there was a lot.
There.
There was a
Karen
lot in
Gillan
there.
was in there. Michael Sheen was in there.
That
He
was Karen
great.
Gillan.
It was Karen
that
Gillan.
was
yeah.
Karen Gillan. And the whole time I was watching it, I'm sitting there going, is that Karen Gillan? Yeah, no, nice.
So it was a mockumentary about a famous tennis man. I don't think it's real.
It's not real. I
No.
don't think it was. No.
But it comes across as like, well, you had Serena Williams in there as
Yep.
well.
Johnny Mac.
Who?
John McEnroe.
Yes,
He
that's
was-
right.
he was
that's
in
right.
Johnny
yeah.
Mac, come
yeah.
on.
Don't call him that.
It had a whole host of celebrities in there, mostly from the tennis world as well.
Yeah. So it was about a tennis match that took place over 7 days.
Kind of like an Andy Murray match.
Yeah.
Andy Murray's close to that. Did he not have a 2-day tennis match?
I've got no idea. What's tennis?
But he's Scottish.
Yes, because we watch all the Scottish things. That's what we do.
Well, I thought if you had somebody in the race, you'd watch it.
I watched him when he won Wimbledon. Glory Hunter kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the only time Andy Murray was actually British.
Yes.
The rest of the time he's Scottish.
And he won a gold at the Olympics the same year.
Yeah, but that's different.
He was British then as well.
That's different.
Yeah,
The Olympics don't count.
Anyway, so it's that's what the episode is about. What did you think?
I really enjoyed it, actually. I watched Andy Samberg's movie earlier in the year, Pop Star Never Stop Stopping or something like that.
I've seen the posters.
Yeah,
I've
and
never
it's
watched it though.
It's sort of a documentary of the Lonely Island type thing where he's this rapper and he's trying to get back in the game. It was wank. It's a terrible movie. I recommend nobody ever watches it and
As soon
burns
as I
it
saw the
from their
name of
eyes.
the movie, I thought I ain't watching that.
Yeah. So basically, going into this, when I realised it was a mockumentary with Andy Samberg in it, I was a little bit worried because I was like, okay, I've just watched one not long ago with him and it was terrible. And then I saw Kit Harington was in it and I'm like, not my favourite Game of Thrones character, but it's Kit Harington. And then I sat and watched it and I thought, fuck me, Kit Harington is a comedic genius.
Yeah, boy's got some comedy chops on him.
What was that all about? That the bits near the start when he's gone indubitably.
Indubitably.
What the fuck was that?
It cut to Karen Gillan going, he's the thickest person I've ever met.
Indubitably.
But you also had Michael Sheen's character, who was a bit of an old pedo.
He was great. He was
He
great.
told Kit Harington to lift his shirt up so that he could see his abs.
I don't think camera 2 caught you.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was laughing like crazy at it.
I did. I really enjoyed it. Not so much the Andy Samberg parts. Andy Samberg was good in it. I liked the story they were telling. He was like the ex-washed-out tennis star, sort of trying to make a bit of a comeback type thing, which is sort of that old chestnut. He didn't really bother me, but he was decent enough to service the show. For me, it was all Kit Harington. He was so funny, and I had no idea he could be that funny.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that.
Because you've just spent the last 6 years seeing him play a miserable bastard.
Yeah,
so.
and then before that he was in Spooks, wasn't he?
I never watched Spooks.
Which wasn't exactly a comedy. I mean, how it stayed on the air for that long was a comedy, but no, like you haven't seen Kit do anything like that, so it was great to see it. And again, like you say, Michael Sheen, man.
Yeah. Well, Michael Sheen's great. We all know Michael Sheen's
We
great.
love him, but I don't think I'm ever going to get images of him basically Jimmy Savileing all over the place out of my head. That's there now.
Very much so.
And he played it so well, which was disturbing.
Yeah, he really did. When he was giving him a hug and all that.
And again, these mockumentaries, so often where they can kind of fail when they do like the fake fly on the wall type thing, is sort of they don't really have anybody in there. As you say, it's got Venus Williams or Serena. One of the Williamses is in there. You got Johnny Mac in there. Kind of gives it that little bit of gravitas where it seems like, you know what, this could actually have happened. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I'm turned around on Kit Harington, although I can't see him doing anything like that again.
No, well, but that's the thing. I couldn't see him doing anything like that in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a worry for me. Like, really, Kit Harington?
But yeah, he was great.
He was
the
great.
Bit in the bit where they're in, I think it's the third day, and you have the streakers come on.
Right. Yeah.
And the other guy, well, sort of fucks the woman to start with, and then the guy comes on and he fucks him as well. And it cuts to Kit Harington with a hard on. Really, really funny. Like, it kind of was in the same vein, sort of, as the what you do in the shadows.
Yeah, aye. There's a lot.
think,
Aye, you can see it's taken a lot of license from those type of things that have come before. Because it's not exactly a new concept, but it's quite a fresh concept, I thought.
And you had the Queen drunk phoning them, saying
"fucking Queen"
with an oddly American accent. Funnily enough,
it's okay,
but it still wasn't as bad as the Queen in Sharknado 5.
Yeah, that was
Hooligan Queen.
That was terrible. And I saw something the other day about a deleted scene with that weird person in it. But yeah, I fully recommend that you watch this series. If you get through the whole thing, well done. It's only 45 minutes long. For a series, that's quite short.
Yep.
I still can't believe, man. TV movie, man.
It didn't.
Do your freaking research.
I said bloody well episode 1.
And also, scene of the whole thing for me was Dolph Lundgren's little bit.
Yeah.
When he's on about him leaving the orgy.
They had the Taiwanese reenactment where they're all fucking each other in the prison.
Awesome, man.
And then they had the guy escaping and he's swiping away like birds and that with his massive schlong.
Totally.
Jesus Christ.
100%. If you haven't watched this, and if things like, I don't know, things like The Office, What We Do in the Shadows, Spinal Tap, all that kind of thing, if that's your kind of bag, you're going to enjoy this. So give it a watch.
Yep.
Just don't expect a full series out of it.
Now, are you ready for the next one?
I am ready for the next one.
Okay, so the last serious show that we had was Shots Fired.
Yes.
Okay, we've done comedies.
Which you enjoyed.
I did. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Now, since then, we've done comedies to lighten things up.
We have.
But we're going drama again, Kev.
Oh, my days.
Yeah, and it's a Channel 4 drama.
Okay.
The drama, it's only just started. It is a series.
It is a series.
Did
you check that first?
I checked it because I think I've got like 3 episodes in my planner. So it's definitely a series. I haven't watched any of them yet, though. So the TV show is called The State.
Okay.
As I said, it's
not heard of it.
Good. It's called The State. It's on Channel 4. The blurb is a powerful drama about 4 young British ISIS recruits.
ISIS?
Recruits.
Explain what ISIS is to the Americans.
I think the Americans know what ISIS is.
Who says ISIS? It's a comedian, isn't it?
It's Jim Jeffries.
They'll know.
Yeah. ISIS.
Aye.
Yeah, we don't say ISIS, though.
No.
So it's 4 young British ISIS recruits who are excited to smack our mouth.
Yep.
Begin their new lives In Syria,
Nice.
upbeat,
Yep.
exciting, but are soon confronted with the harsh realities. I sound like I was from Birmingham or something.
Harsh realities.
It's harsh.
Harsh realities.
So the next 2 hours is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is. It is.
They're confronted with the harsh realities of life in the state.
It sounds kind of like that Four Lions. Did you ever watch that British one, Four Lions?
It rings a bell.
But it was a comedy. This doesn't sound like a comedy.
No.
Four Lions was a comedy where
No.
the four young Asian lads go over to Afghanistan to fight the good fight. But it's a comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite funny. It's hilarious. In fact, I suggest people watch Four Lions. It's a great film.
I don't think we'll be saying that the state is hilarious.
I don't think we will.
I think
Well,
it'll be...
depends what kind of mood I'm in when I put it on.
Right, okay. Okay.
If I'm in a funny mood, it might be hilarious.
But when Channel 4 says it's a powerful drama,
Yeah.
you're probably... It's going to probably be a bit bleak.
I mean, it would be a bit different if it was Channel 5 saying it was a powerful drama.
Yeah.
Because then it just means it's got tons of sex in it.
Although, did they say, like, Wentworth is a powerful drama?
No, I think they just say it's about lesbians in prison.
Oh, right, okay. Right.
I'm sure that's the actual trailer before the show. Maybe not, I don't know, I might be making that up.
So
But
that's 0% for next time.
it definitely is, and that TV movie that you suggested for this time was excellent, but it gets a 2 thumbs up from me. And I would probably watch it again, actually.
So then that I win, if anything.
Not really, because if I say I would watch it again, it doesn't mean I would watch the series. Although I would watch the series
that on repeat,
again.
like 6 times and done.
It's a
Finished.
series. It's a
Aye.
British series.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay, so we're going to play the Big Ben Bongs, and then we're going to go straight into the news for
Let's
this
do it.
episode. So quickly, we're not going to dwell on this one too long because we don't like to take the show down to the depths too much. But yeah, quick moment for Toby Hooper, or the director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
And The Poltergeist, passed away at 74 this week. Another sort of horror guru.
I know.
Is this going to be 2017's thing? I mean, we're nearly finished 2017, but
Can't be many more.
horror-y ones.
Yeah, I mean-
It's a shame. It's a shame. Guy done count. I mean, I've only named Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Poltergeist, but he did countless movies. Sometimes a little bit hit and miss, but for the most part, he was on the level. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of those movies that everybody's seen. So,
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
That creeped the hell out of me the first time I saw it. The
Yeah.
bit where they're like round the table
Yeah.
and like the old
the
boy comes in
Wheelerman.
and it's like, "Bleh."
Yeah. Looks a bit like my granddad, who is actually dead. Makes sense. But yeah,
Okay.
Tobe Hooper, I don't even know how you say his name, so I'm probably saying that really badly. I would say Toby Hooper. That's what we'll say. That's what we're going with. It's right till it's wrong. Devil correct us. Yeah.
Shut up.
So let's get on with the news. Ben Affleck news.
What the fuck now?
No. This is good Ben Affleck news.
Right.
Ben Affleck is in talks to direct a new movie. It's not Batman, unfortunately. That's still Matt Reeves. Apparently, allegedly, we don't know what's going on. But Ben Affleck is in talks to direct a movie called Red Platoon. This is going to be a war movie, obviously, set in Afghanistan and based on the memoir by Clinton Romesha.
Okay.
Romesha. The story is a true story. It's set in 2009 around the Battle of Cam Desh. I'm quite excited about the prospect of a war movie by Ben Affleck. Because it's no secret to anybody listening to this show, if you've listened to past episodes, I'm a big Ben Affleck fan. Acting-wise, I love Ben Affleck. Directing-wise, I think he's fucking great. I actually really did like that one, what was it called? We won the night? Or that last one he did?
Yeah. I've not seen it yet.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't remember the name of it.
It's like In the Night or something like that. Really enjoyed that. It got a lot of bad press, but I really actually enjoyed it.
Bad press?
It got bad press. Oh. Yeah, they weren't too best pleased with it.
Was it about like mob?
Yeah,
things,
it was like prohibition type
Yeah.
mobsters type back in the day. So yeah, the thought of Ben Affleck tackling a war movie, I'm all about that. I mean, Argo was kind of war-y, but not really. It wasn't really the main basis of the story. It was just going on in the background. But yeah. And add to the fact, it looks like the leading role is going to go to brother Casey Affleck. So yeah, double thumbs up for this one.
I was speaking to Barton's Bob yesterday, I think it was. He was telling me about a Casey Affleck film called Ghost Story.
Yes, excellent.
He said it's very good.
Yes, it is very good.
Yeah.
You know what? Casey Affleck doesn't... I know he's like just won an Oscar. Was it the best leading male for Manchester by the Sea? So I'm going to say he doesn't get the respect he deserves, because he clearly does. But I think he's a very underrated actor as it goes. Like, people don't really... He's not your first guy you go to. You know, like, if you say rattle off a list of your top 5 actors, Casey Affleck's probably nowhere near that list.
No, I don't think he would make mine. But although there's a space now that Daniel Day-Lewis is retired, so you never know.
Surely he still goes in your list. Just because he's retired doesn't take him out your list.
The top 5 list said current actors or not.
Right, okay. So
Did it?
You're putting rules on your top 5. This was a hypothetical question.
All right,
there was no rules here.
Well, you need to think of these things.
Well, what I'm trying to say is Casey Affleck wouldn't be the first kind of guy you go to. But if you sat down and you watched Casey Affleck's performances in the movies he's in, you would actually appreciate the guy a lot more, because he's a fantastic little actor. That Gone Baby Gone was phenomenal. Another Ben Affleck movie, obviously, like he directed, and Casey's great in it. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this movie.
I've not seen a great deal of his movies, to be honest. I liked Finest Hours.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You recommended that to me.
I know. But yeah, so as Ben Affleck news, Casey Affleck news, I'm all good with that shit.
Yep.
And we'll get into the other thing in a minute. So, director F. Gary Gray and writer Chris Morgan have been heavily hinting this week that they may be taking Fast and the Furious into space.
Oh, yay!
It may be going into space.
Yay! Wait a minute. We've already seen that.
What, Fast and Furious in space?
Well, yeah, fucking Star Trek Beyond.
Fuck you. Don't start with your pish, alright? I am really excited about the concept of Fast and Furious going into space. And I have a working title.
Do you?
Yeah. Because you know how they're doing that thing like, it was like Fast and the Furious. Too Fast, Too Furious. Fate of the Furious. So this will be Fast and Furious 9, right? So, get this. Furious Space 9. Like Deep Space Nine? Furious Space 9. Yeah, just put that in to piss you off. Furious Space 9. Fast Space 9.
That's better.
Yeah, Fast Space 9's alright. Yeah. It's a play on the Star Trek series, Deep Space Nine.
I get it, I promise.
Oh, so you get it, right.
Yeah, it's shit.
Okay, so let's move on to a bit of news that has both pissed me off and made me appreciate a certain human being at the same time.
Wow.
The Hellboy reboot. The Neil Marshall Hellboy reboot, which I didn't actually realise Neil Marshall was doing, and I'm really pleased he is, because I love Neil Marshall. They cast Ed Skrein, young British actor.
From Deadpool.
Yep. Played Ajax in Deadpool, or Francis, if you want to call him Francis. They cast him in a role that is a character called Major Ben Damio, who is of Asian descent. So, of course, with everything that's going on in the movie world and TV world these days, whitewashing controversy was awry. It was all over the place, you know, like, how can you cast this white guy, because he's clearly a white guy, in this Asian role? You're doing it again, Hollywood, which was kind of what was going about. So Ed Skrein took it upon himself to take to Twitter, and he has stepped away from the role.
Right.
He's taken himself out of the movie, out of the TV, the movie, whatever it's going to be. And this was apparently completely his decision. And at first, you know, I like knee-jerk reactions. I know that you like a knee-jerk reaction. We're both the same. My first response was, "Oh, fuck you!" You know, like, it should be about the talent that you're bringing to the table. It shouldn't be anything about this whitewashing controversy or anything like that. He's a talented fucking actor. I love him in just about everything he's been in. He's not done a great deal, but the things he's been in. Check out Ill Manners, directed by Plan B. Great. It's not a great movie. It's a good movie, but he is phenomenal in it.
Sort of lost me at Plan B there.
Yeah, I know I would have, but he is phenomenal in that movie. And when you watch that, it's like a powerhouse performance, and you're like, I want to see this guy in everything. You want to see him in everything. But yeah, that was my first reaction. But then when I actually read his post to the fans, dude's just a legend. Hopefully him doing this at the level he's at, where he's trying to make a name for himself and he's trying to kind of break himself in properly, hopefully him doing that at this level, other people, like other actors of higher caliber or higher up in the chain, are going to take note and do the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's obviously a problem that's out there. We tend to not agree with it.
Don't we? I don't really like the Tilda Swinton thing in Doctor Strange. It's Tilda the fuck Swinton.
Yeah, it's Tilda Swinton. She can do anything.
Shut up.
She can do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we kind of like, we don't like to jump on it, and we tend not to really talk about it as much, because I know it's a problem, but it's not a problem I need to be worried about.
I just want to watch the movie.
I want to watch talented guys being talented and putting in fantastic performances.
Yeah, that's it. It's not like they're not, like doing Asian impressions or anything like that.
Not like Adam Sandler. I know what you're saying though. Like
it's not like they're going on and like they've got tape on the sides of their faces to make themselves look Asian. It's like, they're not doing any of that shit.
No.
So they're just playing a role. They've been offered a role and they're playing a role. So it's not really something that I get worked up about. But
I tend not to get worked up about it. And in one way, it really pisses me off the other way. It's like, come on, just let the guy do his job. Let the guy nail this performance like he's going to nail it. And it's based on a comic book, which, let's be honest, ethnicities and whatnot change in comic book characters like the fucking weather.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's always been done. And yeah, so it's something I'm happy to see him do as a Brit actor. As a young Brit actor who's trying to make his way, and then he's made this. This could have been the thing that broke him. This like Hellboy movie with Neil Marshall could have been the thing that put him on the map. He's turned it away due to the fact that there's a lot of fans out there that are not happy.
Can't be arsed with people's bullshit.
Maybe, but when you read his post, I'll link his post later on, and you can have a read of it. Yeah. And I read it, and I think it's very sincere. And yeah, I just got all sorts of respect for the guy.
Fair play.
I still would like to have seen him do it, because the more I see him, the more happy I am. But I fully respect what he's doing.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. So I just wanted to bring that up. Yeah. As of, and this is what you've wanted to talk about, as of the 25th of August, the Batman movie will be part of the DCEU. Because this needed clarified by the director, Matt Reeves. He had to go to Twitter because basically for 4 days straight, there was all manner of shit going around about the DCWB.
Yes, there was. I did actually reply to a comment about it on the Jock and Their community.
Oh, you don't do that?
Not very often.
No.
But I was quite pleased with my reply. Has Pascal Pictures been brought in as consultants? And it does kind of smell of Pascal Pictures, really.
It does.
It was like you say, for sort of about a week, or maybe just under a week, it was like, okay, this is happening. We're getting a Joker movie that is standalone. We're getting a Joker and Harley movie that is not standalone. The Batman movie is standalone. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Whatever now.
Yep.
As of 5 days ago, it is.
It is. Yeah. According to the director, Matt Reeves.
So, and then it just felt like, what the fuck are they doing?
And then we're getting a Flashpoint movie that is going to wipe out Ben Affleck so that somebody else can take over as Batman. We may be getting a Crisis Point movie. We may be getting 3 Aquaman movies, 2 Shazam movies, Suicide Squad 2, which apparently is on the go. And
I read that's been fast tracked.
Yeah, happy about that.
The Big Bad is better. Gotham
City Sirens, Birds of Prey. We're getting about 100 different movies.
I read something, it was just like someone speaking in an interview or something like that, and Karen Gillan must have said, "Oh, I'd love to play a female Joker."
Yes.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Like a bit of Karen Gillan.
It's not going to happen.
No, I know, but still.
But yeah, so like for 4-5 days straight, we were getting nothing but what I like to call clickbaity bullshit.
Yep.
Apparently the DCEU is an absolute complete clusterfuck. And I'm still just on the page of can we just give them a minute? Like, can we please just give them a minute? Because we're jumping on everything, and, well, I'm not, but people are jumping on everything, and they're just fucking shitting all over everything.
But, like, well, then work on your, I don't know, your leaks or whatever the fuck is going on. Work on your leaks or your whatever, your press departments, because that shit ain't helping.
Oh, no, that's
anything. All this bullshit of yes it is in the DCEU, no it isn't, yes it is, no it isn't. The Joker prequel, which I don't want to see a Joker Orange story.
No, we don't need a Joker Oranges.
We don't need Joker Oranges. We do not need it. I don't want to see a Joker Oranges movie. Like, no. Just no. No.
No, I'm with you on that one. That one I'm with you with. But it's kind of like, it's all the other bullshit that's coming out. It's just too much for me. And you said you wanted to talk about it, and we need to talk about it, because we haven't had a chance on the podcast to talk about it. But to be honest, it was my turn to do the news, and I kept clicking into articles, and I just kept getting more angrier.
You did text me before saying you'll have to do it because I'm getting fucking angry.
Yeah, I was just getting pissed off, because I'm like, you know what? And a lot of the problem is, right? I know these things are getting leaked, and I know they're getting out there, but every article doesn't state a source. It doesn't cite a source. It says...
Sources say. Go fuck yourself.
It says, a friend of a friend who fucked my mother's dog, who had a fucking baby camel with a chimpanzee, told me, fuck that. I'm not interested in hearing what a friend of a friend said.
Yeah.
If you turn around and say to me, Jeff Johns said directly in an interview...
He's quoted as saying,
Then yeah. If you say to me, Ben Affleck said, I'm not playing Batman ever again, I'm going to believe it, because fucking Ben Affleck said it. But if you say some guy who works for the fucking personal assistant of Ben Affleck, no, I'm not believing that. Just piss off. No. Yes, don't do it. I'm sick of it. Which is why you had to do that bit, because literally I just read, and I was like, nah.
I was going to do that bit, but then computer raids. So,
you had computer raids. Yeah. But so as of right now, as of the 25th, the Batman movie is part of the DCEU, but as of right now, the DCEU as a whole is fucking in the air, basically.
But is it though? I don't think it is. I think it's just shit.
Really don't.
It's the same shit stirring fucking bullshit. It's just...
I don't believe it's as much as a clusterfuck as they're saying it is.
I don't get why these people have such a hard-on for the DCEU. That they have to constantly do this kind of fucking nonsense.
That's
it's
the thing. We both,
mental.
We both like Marvel. I've gone a little bit down on Marvel as of late. Not so much. We'll deal with that in a minute. But I've kind of gone down on Marvel a little bit. Like I'm kind of getting a bit fatigued with it and all that. But I don't go looking for articles that slam Marvel. But I'll tell you something, if you do go looking for articles that slam Marvel, you ain't going to find them. You very rarely find anything negative about Marvel.
But it's House of Mouse, that shit'll get you killed.
Yeah, it will. It will. It will get you in a chamber. So just don't do it. But yeah, like, people aren't going after Marvel the same way they go after DC. And I think when you hear other podcasts, because I hear them doing it, or you hear reporters, or you hear reviewers on YouTube saying that it's okay to like DC and it's okay to like Marvel. It's fine to like them both. There's this divide that exists between them, and then they say, no, there isn't. There fucking is, because of this shit.
Yeah.
It's not because of what DC are doing or what Marvel are doing. It's what the people out there are doing, saying, fuck DC. Fuck DC and the stupid asses. They can't get their shit together. They can't even follow Marvel's formula. Why would you follow Marvel's formula?
I saw a conversation you were having on the 365 page about that during the week.
It worked for them.
But we always said that if they go and do Batman movie, Superman movie, Wonder Woman movie, team up, Flash movie, team up, team up, then people are going to be saying, fuck you, you're copying Marvel.
Yeah, but because they're not doing it, they say, why are you not doing it like Marvel?
Why are you not copying Marvel?
Yeah, but why would they?
Shut the fuck up.
I never wanted them to copy Marvel. I always, when they came out and they said, right, we've got a Man of Steel movie, we're doing Batman versus Superman next. I was like, get in. That's the way. For me, to make it fresh and to do something different that Marvel didn't do, Give me a team-up movie straight away. Give me fucking Justice League before you give me Batman vs. Superman. Give me Justice League before you give me fucking Man of Steel. Just give me it. But people just can't wrap their heads around the fact that they're not doing what Marvel did.
What are you going to do? I mean, I'm a fan of both companies.
Yeah.
You know, I'm probably more of a Marvel fan because Spider-Man. But, you know, I was watching Man of Steel last weekend when I was all pissy and that, and I was fucking throwing bloody Michael Shannon quotes at you the entire night.
Yeah,
so, like, you know.
Yeah, so I blue ticked you.
Was it annoying?
Yeah, blue ticked you.
I apologise.
That's fine.
Fucker. Anyway, so yeah, fuck all those assholes.
Yeah, it's just something that's pissing me off, and I'm not happy about it, and I think people just need to fucking cool their brakes.
Yep.
So yeah, James Cameron has got some serious beef.
I didn't read it, so are you going to annoy me with this then?
Probably. No, I'm not going to annoy you. It's just James Cameron has got a bit of beef with the Wonder Woman movie. He thinks that it's a Wonder Woman movie which we've championed on many occasions. We absolutely loved the movie. It was a great movie. It's DC putting themselves sort of back on the map kind of thing. I still think that Suicide Squad is a good movie. It's not a fantastic movie, but I think it's a good movie. I love BVS. I love Man of Steel. But let's be honest, Wonder Woman's the best thing DC's put out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's his maybe. And it's a fantastic female-driven movie with a female-driven director, and James Cameron says that it's taken a step back.
Why is it taking a step back? I didn't read it, so why is it taking a step back?
Basically, his thing is that he says it's self-congratulatory patting on Hollywood's back. And
it's La La Land, man.
that is La La Land. That's a full-on circle jerk. So he's basically saying that they've objectified Wonder Woman in the fact that she apparently isn't a strong, flawed female character who has issues like Sarah Connor was. So he wants every female in a movie who's going to lead that movie to be Linda Hamilton in Terminator. I love Linda Hamilton in Terminator, but I don't need every female in every movie to be Linda Hamilton.
Just because you, James Cameron, got one of your female characters, possibly one of the strongest female characters ever, to be fair.
After Ripley.
One of.
Ripley first.
One of. But, just because Sarah Connor, and, okay, well, I suppose you could say Ridley Scott started it with Ripley, but just because you got that right with Sarah Connor doesn't mean to say that that is the fucking template for every single female character.
Exactly.
Especially you arrogant bastard, one that's been around since, probably as long as Superman?
Oh, big time.
Maybe just after?
Maybe just after. I'd say Superman came first. Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
She wouldn't have been far behind.
Like, she was maybe 50s? 60s? Something like that. So, just because you got Sarah Connor right, which fair play you did, doesn't mean to say that you're so fucking, you can call every other creation of a female character that doesn't exactly match Sarah Connor a bag of shite.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, I'm probably going to get some heat for this, but fuck off. John Cleese, who, I love me some Fawlty Towers. I fucking love Fawlty Towers to pieces. I've got both series on my iPad. Got it on DVD as well. Love Fawlty Towers. I think that the writing on it still stands up today. It's a piece of art. It really is a piece of art. But that was fucking 40 years ago, right? And John Cleese still feels that he's able to comment on comedy today and say, no, fuck that, it's shit. It's not the same. Well, it's not the same because it's fucking 40 years later.
Yeah, he holds it to a standard that is, like, gone, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's you don't get it anymore.
So, I know that's, like, Sarah Connor is a great character, not taking that away from him, but you can't, that's bullshit.
And
that's bullshit.
He went on further to basically, he was quoted as saying that it's a step backwards for female characters in movies. And he went further as to cite another Patty Jenkins movies, Monster with Charlize Theron.
Oh, she did that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Basically saying that was a good female-driven movie because she's a flawed character. She's a fucking serial killer, basically.
Yeah.
But he basically says, how could she do such good work on a female character in Monster, which in its day was a fantastic movie, and it is a good movie. Charlize Theron won an Oscar for it. And then he says that she takes a huge step back with Wonder Woman.
No.
Which I just think is utter bollocks.
No. Just focus on you blue people.
I think that's what it is. The blue people are getting to him. He's like, when he looks at women, he just sees blue people now.
And you know what? Fuck off your main female character in bloody Pocahontas, the animated series. Animated series of Pocahontas. Pocahontas with the blue people version. Fucking the female character in that. It's not well written. No. The entire movie's not well written, so shut the fuck up.
It's a terrible movie because he's written it so many times.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll move on from that. Two directors who are having it out to another director who's pretty much on top of his game right now. But I'm a little bit worried because he's about to start working on a reboot of Starsky and Hutch for the TV. Mr. James Gunn, people. From Guardians.
I thought he was doing Knight Rider.
No.
If the Hoff asks you to do Knight Rider, you fucking well do Knight Rider.
I think he's very much in talks on that, but he's also in talks with his brother and his cousin, who he's written with before, and they're looking to do Starsky and Hutch for the TV.
Okay.
Ben Stiller's still.
Oh no!
Did you ever watch that?
I did. And no. It's crap.
Do it. Yeah, I'm not on board with this. I'm a little bit worried about it. I don't need James Gunn to be doing that. And you're right, his name is being banded around on practically every TV reboot project.
That's good, fair play.
Fair play to him for getting in, but the good news is he's only being credited as sort of like an executive producer for this. He's going to be writing the scripts and all that. He'll probably direct the first episode. So that'll be about it.
So like Scorsese with Boardwalk Empire kind of thing. Yeah.
But the other thing that James Gunn has come out with this week is that he's saying that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to pave the way for the next 10 years of Marvel movies.
Blimey.
He's got some pretty big fucking plans for Guardians 3.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's quoted as saying it's going to set up the next 10 years, which I think is a bit mental to
I thought that the second of the Avengers movies was going to set up Spider-Man as like the...
Well, they said that, but he's now saying that the Guardians 3 is going to take place almost straight after Avengers 2.
Okay.
Or 4, or whatever it's going to be. Avengers 4.
So it'll be like Infinity Wars and then Infinity Wars 2, which isn't called anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, leading into Guardians 3.
Huh.
But yeah, interesting.
Okay.
But, as you just quickly mentioned there, let's talk about Knight Rider coming back.
Yeah.
You happy about this?
Depends. Because... I am okay with that.
Yeah.
What I am not okay with is Kevin Hart as the voice of Kit.
To be fair, though...
Because fuck that.
To be fair, it's probably better than actually seeing Kevin Hart in a movie. Just having the voice of Kevin Hart. It's still not good. In fact, it's horrible. It's disgusting. I don't want to see it. I don't want Kit being Kevin Hart. No. I'd rather have, I don't know, Kit Harington. It's got the same name.
There you go.
I'll take that. But John Cena.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. You need to watch the promo that he did on Raw.
Yeah, I do. You keep going on about it. Everybody was going on about it.
It's great, man. Anyway, Kit. No, fuck that.
Yeah, not Kevin Hart.
Get Dinklage. Get Peter Dinklage in there.
Ooh.
Voice of Kit. Dan Bush, 365 exclusive.
Peter Dinklage would be quite good as Kit. To be fair, he's got that like dry wit sort of, sounds like a car humour.
Or Tilda Swinton.
Or Tilda. She could do anything.
Yep.
Bad Boys 3's dead in the water.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, it's done. Apparently they're having trouble finding a director. Will Smith's getting too busy with the Dumbo movie. Exactly. Is it Dumbo? Is it Dumbo or is it Aladdin?
No, both, I think.
Both? Hadaway. What's he... No.
Just explain Hadaway for the Americans.
Hadaway. How would you explain Hadaway?
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. Napoli. That one.
Aye, that'll do. That's Hadaway.
So Hadaway, he's going to be in Dumbo and Aladdin, so he doesn't have time to do Bad Boys, and they think that once he's done Aladdin, he's going to go straight into Suicide Squad 2. So basically, Martin Lawrence is saying that Will Smith just doesn't have the time. So he's too big for Bad Boys 3.
Good.
I'm pretty glad, though, because I didn't want to go to the cinema to watch a movie called Bad Boys for Life, because that just sounds...
Is that what it's going to be called?
Apparently. And that just sounds all kinds of... There's nothing wrong with it, but gay.
It is a bit gay porny, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm glad that's happened.
We kind of spoke with a little bit too much authority there.
What are you doing September the 18th? This is going to be a good day for you.
Is it?
I think it might be. if you want to spend some pennies.
On.
September the 18th sees the release of the special 20th anniversary box set of Buffy on Blu-ray.
Blu-ray?
On Blu-ray.
Well, fuck me.
All series, all episodes, all Buffy, all the time.
Damn.
A full box set with all of them.
How much is the box set going for?
It was about £80.
Ooh, that's alright.
Was it £80 or was it $80? I'm sure it was £80. It was on Den of Geek. So, yeah. But, get this. Same day, to celebrate the 15th anniversary, Firefly on Blu-ray.
I've got Firefly on Blu-ray.
Have you got it on Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're re-releasing it on Blu-ray.
Okay.
But yeah,
Buffy. Yeah.
I thought you might like that.
I do like that.
I thought you might.
I might do a cheeky investment in that, if truth be told.
I was kind of sat there thinking, on Blu-ray, the full thing, I might even give that a look. But if you're going to get it, I'll just
borrow my DVDs.
Yeah. Well, Blu-rays.
You're not getting my Blu-rays. Fuck off.
Fuck you. I'm not watching on DVD.
You watch my videos and you didn't rewind them, motherfucker.
Last bit of news.
Sick bastard. What?
Last bit of news, unless you have any to contribute.
I do not have anything to contribute at all because of computer aids.
How would you like to run your own Jurassic Park?
I thought you were going to say run. Fuck.
No, I've never asked you that.
Jesus.
Unless you got Beyonce on the iPod, you ain't running nowhere.
Ooh, I read something about Beyonce today.
No, we're not doing Beyonce news.
We are doing Beyonce news. Just interrupt a little bit. Just for a second here. I read a thing today that she's going to be singing the theme tune for the next Bond film.
Oh, great. Another reason not to watch that movie.
I'm excited.
You probably are.
Yeah.
You big fuck weasel. So yeah, how would you like to run your own Jurassic Park?
Yeah, I can't wait for this game.
It looks great,
It
doesn't
does look great.
Did
you ever play the PS2 version of it, or the Jurassic Park Builder or something?
You showed me it once, and I sat there and went, I can't play that.
I was addicted to it. Really addicted to it. Like,
it's on my retros, so I might have a go.
You should. It's good.
Yeah.
You could build sort of the different sort of various kinds of rides and all that kind of thing. One of them was you could build the Jurassic Park van car Jeep thing, and you could actually drive it around the park. Could you get
Timmy stuck in it?
Timmy wasn't in it. No, you were building your own park.
All right. Could you get people stuck in it?
Yes. You could. Well, you could basically built your walls, your fences and that.
Bit Trumpy.
Yeah, but dinosaurs instead of Mexicans.
Bit Trumpy.
So, you build your walls. Do your shop, your parks, your Jurassic Parky stuff like shops and all that kind of thing. Yeah. And then you have rides that go out into the park. So one of them was the Jeep, the Jurassic Park Jeep. And you could take control of it and drive it around and that, and you could take it to the bit where the T-Rexes were and the Spinosauruses were, and then get the Jeep attacked. They would attack it and that, they would go after you, and if the thing blows up because they've attacked it, then your guests are stranded in Jurassic Park, and so you have to rescue them before the dinosaurs eat them. It was great. It was fucking great. I honestly can't wait for this game.
That sounds badass. So this game is Frontier Developments, the studio behind Epic Elite Dangerous, which I've never played, I've never heard of, to be honest. But they've confirmed that they're working on a new game based on Jurassic World called Jurassic World Evolution. The object of this game is to make sure your park doesn't descend into chaos.
And also what happened was you had hurricanes and shit hitting your park.
Could you take control of individual characters?
No.
No. Because if I was in that, I would take control of Dennis Nedry.
No, there wasn't anything like that. There were. I mean, you had sort of.
Or could you?
You had Doctor Wu messaging you saying because you had to research new.
But he's an evil bastard.
Yeah, not then.
Oh no, then
this was Jurassic Park.
All right, back then he was. Yeah.
So you had I think you had Sam Jack, but because obviously he's not dead.
Yeah.
You had Sam Jack saying this needs fixed and this needs attended to. You had Doctor Wu saying we can research this type of dinosaur. So you send your teams on different digs around the world to uncover
Alan Grant.
Different, yeah. Alan Grant was there, but you couldn't control him. But he was messaging you saying things.
I fucking hate PlayStations.
It was good, honestly.
The way
it was
things
really
are
good.
now, you might get like a top level game. It's the brand in it is kind of a Jurassic Park meets like Sin City or Sim City.
That's basically what it was. It was like, you remember Theme Park?
Yeah. Shit, I hate Theme Park.
Really?
I hated Theme Park.
Oh well, you're fucked.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this game though, but I'm also looking forward to Skyrim, the Game of Thrones version.
It's a hoax.
Is it? Mother dick.
It was on a YouTube channel called Pretty Good Gaming. Two British lads, or three British lads actually. They're really good. I highly recommend them. Pretty Good Gaming, they're called on the YouTubes. Have a search for them. They did a video yesterday, I think it was, saying it's bollocks.
Oh, mother dick.
Sorry.
I would have played that.
I would have played it too, but
you'd probably just end up getting.
Just give us
killed.
another Skyrim game.
Yeah, I do quite fancy another Skyrim game. I was actually contemplating because I was walking past Granger's the other day, and Skyrim was there. It was like the big collector's edition. And I was kind of like, I haven't played that in a while.
I rebought it when they brought out the HD version.
Yeah.
And it was, well, I've done this already.
Exactly. It's not easy to get
It looked
back
nice.
into.
It looked very nice. But I remember this mission. I've done it already. And, you know, okay, I know exactly what to do. But that's not really the point of Skyrim.
Okay. Well, I'll not bother getting it then.
Nah, well, because it's a hoax.
You've saved my money. No.
Skyrim. Okay, bang on.
But yeah, so that's pretty much all I've got for the news. Because I was busy correlating questions for Mark.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, that's news done.
Boosh.
Probably the quickest news section we've ever had.
What are we in now? 56 minutes. So
we're knocking through this episode. Yes. Let's move on to what have we been watching?
Yes.
Which, to be fair, I haven't been watching.
Oh,
much.
I've been watching loads.
But I'll play a cheeky little promo and then we'll get into it.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at weebygeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
So you're going to buy that Buffy box set?
Yeah. Right.
That was you with the cock in your mouth. Not mine. What have you been watching, Chris?
Okay, well, first one, right? I've got loads. Well, not loads, but I'm kind of...
Well, you'll make up for me because I've got 3, 4,
Yeah.
5 if I flam it.
Right, okay, first one. First one.
Let me just adjust my crotch.
Wow.
Thank you. You didn't see my nut there,
I
did you?
didn't see your nut there, no. No.
Good.
I took photos, though, so that's fine.
Did you see my dingus? I done that to Ruby today. She was boiling. We built you see the tables and chairs outside the cave. You were sitting on one of them. Yeah. And Lindsay was taking a picture to send to her mum. And then I ran over, and you know when you put your finger through your zipper, as if it's a willy? Well, I ran over as she was taking the picture to do that. And Ruby turned around and looked at us and went, ah! It wasn't my willy, it was my finger.
Can't you get, locked up for that?
You probably could, but it was only my finger. So.
When you've just announced it to,
that's fine.
10 people.
10, fuck. Right, so what have you been watching?
Okay, first one, Wakefield. The movie's called Wakefield.
Oh.
It's got Bryan Cranston in it.
So it has?
Yeah. Have you heard of it? No, right, okay. It's a strange little film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's from 2016, I think it was. And yeah, basically, right, so it's basically all Bryan Cranston. Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Not a bad thing.
No. So Bryan Cranston at the start of it, he plays like a sort of just like a rat race type fella. Works in the big city. Has a wife and 2 kids who kind of hate him.
Mm-hmm.
At the sort of suburbs kind of thing. So he is getting the train home one night. The train breaks down because of a power cut, and he has to walk home.
Bastard.
And he's all thinky and stuff like that. And he kind of it's Hilary Swank plays his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like trying to phone him, and he sort of just starts rejecting the call. I know.
What a bastard.
Rude. Double ticking fuck.
This is his wife?
I know. Are you taking the piss now?
No.
Liar.
Crack on.
Anyway, so he gets home, and he he stands outside the house, and he watches the family inside the house, and he kind of goes, I'm not going in.
Okay.
So he goes into like the sort of the garage, and basically he becomes a sort of homeless. He goes inside. He kind of decides to himself, like, I'm not going home. I'm going to stay in here. I'm just going to watch them from afar, and I'm not going home. And so it's like she's obviously trying to phone him and get in touch with him. They kind of like thingy him as missing, and all the time he's in like the sort of top floor of the garage, like looking out and seeing them, and like there's all sorts of different sort of monologues going on in his head and everything. He's kind of narrating the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird little movie, but
sounds it.
Bryan Cranston is fucking great.
Oh, he's always great.
It's just, yeah.
We love a bit of cranny, don't we?
There's lots of dialogue, well, sort of voiceover-y dialogue, and he just becomes kind of like a little homeless fella.
Aye.
Because he just sort of decides to himself, I'm not going home.
I might give that a look.
It's worth a watch, honestly.
I might do. I like a bit of Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Sometimes on my cornflakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have a look out for that one.
Cool. Okay.
My first one, I'm going to start on a high, because I'm about to have a rant in a little bit. So I'm going to start on a high. My Marvel fatigue, my downer on the MCU has kind of been cured.
Oh.
I finally sat down to watch Guardians 2.
Wow.
And I fucking loved it.
Well, yeah, I did tell you.
But I'll get to like the bit I loved in a minute, but like I love the fact that it carries on from the first one really well. Like the characters are all still sort of the same, but they've learned a little bit. I loved Rocket's little arc through the movie, like being a lonely little bastard, but trying to like piss everyone off, and then realizing that that's not quite, like, they are a family kind of thing. Baby Groot was class.
Yeah.
I didn't really rate the dancing over the credits at the start as much as everybody else seemed to be going on. Like, okay, it was good, but there was a massive battle in the background that I probably would have preferred to watch.
Yeah, opening credits though.
Yeah, it's opening credits, and it's the same as the opening credits for the first one when Peter's in the cave and he's dancing around. So I'll give them that.
Did you see the footage of James Gunn?
Yeah, he
doing
did
the
all the
dancing
moves.
for that.
That's
yeah.
pretty badass. I did like that. This movie's a great movie. Like, they've done a great job. I didn't go into it with the expectations that he was gonna better the first movie, because how the fuck could you? Which I think was a good thing, because it didn't better the first movie. It's just almost as good as. It falls short a little bit. Like, the whole Kurt Russell character, as much as I like Kurt Russell, it just wasn't. I wasn't feeling it. However, perfect casting. If you're going to have an older looking Chris Pratt, Kurt Russell's
yeah, definitely.
Fucking spitting double. But the last 20 minutes of that movie is probably the most perfect 20 minutes of a movie I've watched in years. It is fucking gorgeous. Like, probably from the moment sort of, and spoilers, Kurt Russell's the big bad. If you haven't seen it yet, fuck you, I've only just watched it. But spoilers, Kurt Russell's the big bad, and obviously they beat him, and the team beats Kurt Russell, and then he goes and dies. And then Peter's about to die, and from the moment Yondu flies in to save him, the whole movie's fucking gorgeous. It totally stepped it up to a notch that I don't think Marvel's been anywhere near it since The Winter Soldier. Because I'm a big fan of The Winter Soldier, and I think that movie's pretty damn perfect. But this last 20 minutes, not only did it look gorgeous, you had all the space flying, you had Yondu's scene, which was incredible. You had Chris Pratt sort of with Yondu flying up into space. Again, incredible. You were cutting amongst all the different people. And spoilers again, Yondu dies. So you have like this funeral for him, and then all the Ravagers turn up.
Did you well up like a little bitch like I did?
Not when Yondu did, but when the Ravagers turned up.
And the fireworks. Yeah, that's what got me.
I was just sat... But at the same time, I was sitting here just like... Because you notice these things when you watch a movie. Like, James Gunn stepped it up an absolute fucking notch. So much better than the rest of the movie this last 20 minutes. I can't even talk about it enough. He needs to be up for something. Like, I've heard people saying that Michael Rooker should be up for something. I don't necessarily agree with that. He's great. No. He's great, but he's Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker's always been great. Yeah. But as a director, and some of the choices that he made, and the way that last 20 minutes is put together, James Gunn's got to be up for something, because it was fucking gorgeous, and it was perfect. And we love his song choices in the first movie. I wasn't overly keen on the soundtrack in the second movie. I wasn't sure of a lot of the songs.
Yeah. But it didn't hit home as...
it didn't.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
But that last song, Father and Son, when he plays the fucking MP3 player, the Zune, when he puts that on and that song comes on and you've got all those little scenes put together, I'm like, he's nailed it. He's fucking nailed it. Like, how do you end a movie like that? He nailed it. And then just the smash cut ending of, Rocket crying, fade to black, just fucking awesome. Like, yeah, really impressed with the last part of that movie. Good. The rest of it was good. It was a fine film. Everybody was good in it. Batista is incredible again, especially when he kept calling that lass ugly and disgusting. Like,
he had some good scenes with her.
He had some great scenes in the movie altogether. Baby Groot was cool.
One of the criticisms that I read about, which I kind of agree with a little bit, is I kind of wanted to see more of them working as a team. They get split up.
They do get split up. Yeah,
it's a little tiny little criticism, because I think the story was still good, but yeah, they spent the first movie becoming a team, so the second movie should really be them being the team.
Yeah, this one did feel very much like Peter's story, and it's good. That's kind of where it felt like that's where they were going. Like his relationship with his dad, his relationship with Yondu, and the comparisons between the two. That was the crux of the story. Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that, but it didn't take anything away from the movie for me.
No, well, it's sort of usual, like, sort of movie crux is one of the main characters goes away, and then everything's not as it appears. So the ones that are left find that out, and they have to go and rescue the guy. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
It's been done.
Nothing wrong with that movie.
They do it all the time.
Yeah,
but yeah, for me, like I say, just if you weren't going to watch this movie, if you didn't want to watch this movie, anybody out there, like, you're silly if you don't. Just watch that last 20 minutes. It's perfect. Like, I literally just sat there for that entire period of the movie on the edge of my seat, just thinking, this is beautiful. Like, as movies go, this is fucking beautiful. The rest of the movie wasn't of the same caliber, but it was good. So yeah, I'm not going to say I'm over my Marvel hump, because I watched Doctor Strange earlier, and I didn't like that very much.
But
like, not earlier on, like earlier in the year. Okay, right. And I wasn't overly keen on that one. But yeah, I think Spider-Man and Guardians 2 is kind of... It's picked me up a bit.
Good.
It's picked me up.
So Thor, thinking any different about that?
Yeah, fuck that movie.
Okay.
That's all I've got to say about it. Honestly, every time I watch that trailer, I want to watch it less.
I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to go and see it in the cinema.
I probably will, for the fact that it's Taika Waititi, the guy who did What We Do in the Shadows and Hunt for the Wilder People. He's a cracking little director, and there's something about his previous movies, like What We Do in the Shadows and Hunt for the Wilder People, that makes me wonder what the fuck would he do with Thor. And
certainly from the trailers, it looks very, very different.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what he does.
And I think... Again, we've only seen the trailers, we don't know, but Cate Blanchett looks amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's going to steal that movie.
Yeah. So, yeah, now, I've got some massively positive shit to tell you here. but Robert De Niro. I know. Because over the last, 5, 6, 10 years, De Niro is kind of, the man's a legend. We're not taking anything away from him. We kind of are. He's kind of been doing shite.
Yeah.
Right?
Utter shit.
Yeah. But there is a movie, a TV movie, if you will.
Oh, you like TV movies?
Yeah, I know. It's from 2017. It's available on, I think it's Sky Atlantic it was played on. The movie is called Wizard of Lies.
Okay.
Right? Now, it's a true story.
Is it a Wizard of Oz spin-off?
No. True story. It's set in 2008.
Okay.
Right? It's kind of set like different periods of time. Stockbroker, investment advisor, and financier Bernie Madoff made headlines around the world when he was arrested for perpetrating perhaps the largest financial fraud in U.S. history.
Yeah.
And I think he was sentenced to, I'm sure it was 120 years in prison or something like that. De Niro is playing Bernie Madoff.
Yeah,
Michelle Pfeiffer is playing his wife. So you have Hank Azaria in there.
Good.
You've got Alessandro Nivola in there.
I like him.
Jennifer Connelly. The cast is amazing.
Yeah,
it's De Niro making a proper fucking good movie that we've not seen De Niro do in a long time.
A couple of decades.
Watch this movie.
I'm definitely
seriously
the mention of the whole Bernie Madoff thing. Yeah. I'm into watching that. I'll give that a watch.
It is great.
And Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer's fantastic. She like I say, she plays his wife, and so
Mrs. Madoff.
Yeah. Ruth. I think it's Ruth. So she's kind of like her son stopped speaking to her, and everybody's vilified her and saying, "Well, you must have known what was going on here," and all that kind of thing. And it's kind of flash forward and back and forward and everything. Great, fucking great.
I'm gonna give that a go. Yeah. Definitely on Sky Atlantic.
Sky Atlantic. I'm sure that it was Sky Atlantic or Sky One of the two. On Sky anyway. But Wizard of Lies, give it a watch.
It'll be there someplace. It's nice to hear De Niro is doing something.
I know, and just there are moments in the film, and it's like, Robert De Niro.
And is there any moments when he goes, "Fucker, I'm watching you, fucker"?
Absolutely not.
No, so he didn't scrape the barrel.
Nope.
And are we still?
No, he didn't.
Are we still excited about the Scorsese, the Irishman?
Oh yeah.
With him and Mr. Pacino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I am.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that Wizard of Lies, give it a watch.
I most definitely am going to. So yeah. Something I was super looking forward to. I'm sure I mentioned it on the last episode. The Death Note remake on the Netflix.
Yes, I watched this also.
Yeah. Not happy.
No.
Severely not happy.
I went into it, I didn't know anything about the source material, as I said. No, it was crap. I put it off.
I made it to the end. Hoping on hope. I told you when I was messaging you, there's a scene in the original live action movie, and I'm pretty sure it's in the anime as well, that I was just... It's sort of like when Light and L kind of face off together for the first time. Light tricks L into giving him his real name kind of thing. And I was like, right, if they do this right, this could still be decent. But by that point, they'd taken such a fucking left turn that they could never get it back. What I am going to say, positive-wise, before I get super negative, is that Adam Wingard directing it. Great director. He did like The Guest and things like that. He is a cracking director. At least, if I had to come up with something positive, he tried something different. Because so many times when you watch these remakes, especially from like the Japanese sort of area, and then the Americans try to Americanize it, they kind of just do the same movie, just American, like a little bit different, sort of like it looks different, they style it different, but essentially it's the exact same story redone. Like The Ring was pretty much, the original Ring movie was pretty much the same fucking story. Dark Water was the same fucking story. At least with this, Adam Wingard tried to do something, but in doing so, he completely destroyed everything good about Death Note. Everything good.
You were at mine before I put it on. And the way you're describing it, because, you know, as I said, I've not seen any of the anime or whatever. I've got no idea, nothing to base it on. But you were telling me about it, and it sounded decent.
You need to watch the anime, and you need to watch, even if you don't want to watch the anime, because the anime is like about 30 episodes or something.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of anime.
If you don't want to watch that, you need to watch the live action movie, because although in places it is a little bit rushed compared to the show, but the show had like 30 odd episodes, it is a little bit rushed in places, but it's fucking clever as fuck. Like, it's really good. The two kids who play the leads, Light and L, are just fantastic. Like, they totally get it. You can buy them both as like super intelligent kids with like mass ADHD problems and issues fucking up the wazoo. But you can buy it, but they play it so fucking well. And then Adam Wingard's like, I'm going to throw this girl in the mix who serves no fucking purpose whatsoever. Yeah. She takes away all the main crux of the movie. Like, the two of them working together to kill people was just like, what the fuck is she doing?
So that's not in the...
No! Right. She's a minor character in the originals. She's like a very minor character. That Light does quite fancy. But he doesn't... The Light in the original show, in the original movie, would never tell anyone about the Death Note unless he absolutely had to. It was like a last resort kind of thing. Nobody's going to find out without the Death Note. He certainly wouldn't try and show Ryuk the Shinigami to anyone. The Light in this movie, first 10 minutes, look what I can do.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting
It's like Batman in the How It Should Have Ended series. You want to know my secret identity?
It was fucking stupid. I'm sitting there going, what are you doing? And then they had this Watari character who I'm sure is in the originals, who's like L's sort of confidant. And then they had him getting brainwashed and going off to find L's name in such a convoluted, stupid story that made no sense. Add to that, the kid that played L in the Netflix series was shit.
Yeah, can I ask you, right? In the source material, does he do the really annoying, just fucking annoying thing where like he sits on a seat and he like hops in it and sits like that got on my nerves.
He does a lot of that.
That really annoyed me.
It's maybe not as prominent as the way he was playing it because he was kind of overplaying it. But yeah, he does it in the original. Like, he doesn't like wearing shoes. He likes to sit on the chair, stand on the chair, crouched over. He's always eating like the M&Ms and the Skittles and stuff. He's always on like a sugar high because he's like massively intelligent, but at the same time he's fucking schizo kind of thing. Honestly, you need to watch the original. Don't ever fucking watch the Netflix movie.
One thing I'll also point out is the monster thing looked like shit.
See, to you he looked shit. Personally, I thought they nailed him. Like I literally wanted him to look like the anime.
Did it look like the anime then?
Pretty much,
okay.
He was spot on.
I thought it looked like shit.
But like, I didn't want them to go, right, we're going to make this Shinigami death god, and we're going to like make him look all CG, and he's going to be fucking amazing. I didn't want him to look like a dragon, is basically what I'm trying to say. I wanted him to look just like the anime, because that to me was fun, and that is Ryuk. He's just a demon bastard, and I know you said that he was giving it Green Goblin proportions, but again, if you watch the anime or the live action, it's perfect. It's who you think of when you watch them. You think of Willem Dafoe doing the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what you think of.
Yeah.
So for me, that was one thing they did extremely right, and I love the fact that he was constantly just trying to dick about with them. Like, he was like, I'm going to tell you the rules, but I'm not going to tell you all the rules. I'm going to help you, but I'm also going to try and fuck with you. And it was a lot of that going on, and I love that.
Well, it was like he wanted the Death Note for himself, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in sort of the originals, there's a little bit of toing and froing between Light and Ryuk. Light's like, I'm gonna trick you, and I'm gonna get you, and Ryuk's like, fucking try it, and you kind of like, you buy that in the original. In this, you're just like, what the fuck? Shut up, man! Just fuck off. Like, go and piss off with your girlfriend and fuck off. And a lot of people are giving a lot of praise to the fact that Adam Wingard had the mum dead at the start, which is kind of the reason he gets into the whole thing. Bullshit. That shouldn't have happened. They should have just cut that out and just left that, because it was fucking bollocks. Light in the original, again, I'm sorry I'm going on about the original, but in the original he did it because he was massively intelligent and he wanted to know what he could get away with. And he wanted the world to know. He wanted Elle to know. He wanted all the police to know, I am cleverer than you. You will never catch me. In this one, he's like, oh my god, you killed my mom. I'm going to kill lots of people. Me. And I was just like, nah, that's not at all in keeping with what I know of this series. So yeah, definitely don't fucking watch it.
No, don't watch it.
Netflix, you've dropped the ball.
I did say to you that day, like, you know, it's Netflix. Netflix don't do bad.
They don't tend to, no.
Original content, and well, they proved us both wrong because it was bad.
And another thing, can they call that original? If you're remaking something that's already been out in movie form, TV form, fair enough, it's in Japan and whatever, but can you still call it original?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
That's a question for the Netflix. I'm going to ask them.
Are you going to ask them?
They're probably going to answer me, though. So what have you been watching?
I'm going to stay negative.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. I was really looking forward to this movie. The movie is Churchill.
Yeah.
Brian Cox. Crocs.
Crocs? I like it.
Brian Cox.
You love a bit of Coxie?
What?
Coxie?
Yeah. I was really, really looking forward to this film. So the movie is obviously about Winston Churchill.
Yep.
You know, that's what it says on the tin, obviously.
Prawn soup.
Yep. So the movie is set before D-Day, and so the Allies are making the plans for the D-Day landings. Mm-hmm. So you've got the Americans there and all that. The general is played by John Slattery.
Okay.
From Mad Men,
mm-hmm.
Tony Stark's dad.
Cool.
Yep. He's great. He should be in more. He really should be in more. He's great. Aye.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, but so they basically paint Churchill as a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
And he wasn't, was he?
He had his issues. He wasn't perfect. He was a flawed man. But you know, the way that they paint Churchill is like he was doing everything he possibly could to scupper the plans for the D-Day landings. Now, historically, he did have his doubts about the D-Day landings, but he was the leader of Great Britain. The D-Day landings needed to happen.
Was he not the one that did the massive speech for the D-Day landings?
Yeah.
Yeah. That speech was for that, wasn't it? Like, we'll fight them on the beaches and stuff.
Yeah.
So why are they doing that?
So, in the movie, he's forced to do it.
So is it like a reimagining?
It's bollocks. Historically, it's bollocks. It's up there with fucking Braveheart levels of bollocks.
Nothing's up there with Braveheart.
Historically, he had his doubts. He wasn't, he thought this isn't going to work. But I'm the leader of Great Britain. I'm going to go along with it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to go along with it. Churchill did not fucking act like that.
No.
And I mentioned to you a scene where he's like doing a prayer to God, and it's so fucking over the top, overacted. Brian Crocs again. Brian Cox. I
love a bit of Croxy.
Aye, fuck me. I told you it would be a pipe and not mess after that bloody thing. But like he's doing his prayer and all that, and he's got like, may the heavens open and fucking
to be fair,
wash them away. And
when Cox monologues, he does hammer.
Yeah, but there's a limit.
He does hammer.
One shining light in the movie, I already mentioned John Slattery, but Miranda Richardson is great.
Cool.
She plays his wife.
I like a bit of Miranda Richardson.
She's brilliant. She's fucking brilliant. Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch Churchill. Don't watch it. It's really, I am really, really disappointed with it. Brian Cox. What the fuck is the matter with me?
You got the last bit right.
Yeah, I know.
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox is so much better than this. I've got one more movie to talk about, and that will fucking well prove it. He's so much better than this. There is another Churchill movie coming out in January with Gary Oldman.
Which is going to be
It's called The Darkest Hour, I think. That looks damn good.
It's Gary Oldman.
Yeah, I know.
It's Gary Oldman, man.
But really disappointed with Churchill. Don't watch it. Just don't watch it. It's such a fucking shame.
I've got to be honest with you, I wasn't going to watch that one, basically, but if I was going to watch either of them, it would be the Gary Oldman one.
Well, yeah.
Because it's Gary Oldman.
But yes, you'd still give it a go.
I like a bit of Brian Cox, but I don't know, I'm not massively that bothered about those types of movies anyway.
Yeah, I know you're not.
But if I had to choose one of those movies, it's Gary Oldman.
Yeah. Nah, it was a real disappointment.
Yeah. Gutted.
Shame.
Next. Are you saying that to buying Crocs?
Go fuck yourself.
I only have one more movie, but I'm basically... Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. I watched Captain Underpants with the girls. I like an anime, an animated movie. I like superheroes. I don't like Captain Underpants.
Yeah, what the see, because I think a few weeks ago, Scarlett was trying to get me to watch it, and I had no idea what the hell she was talking about.
It's a load of ridiculous nonsense and bollocks. And you know what? I might just sit the girls down and get them to review it, so I don't have to.
Right.
I basically... And yeah, no. Yeah. So yeah, Captain Underpants. Let's move on.
Okay, fair enough. One more movie to talk about. Well, I've got others, but meh. Right. Brian Cox.
Buying Crocs.
Brian Cox. I'm watching Brigger trying to say things here. Fuck me.
I do declare.
Yeah. Another movie with Brian Cox in it. The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Yes, I've heard of this.
Now.
Yes.
So yeah, this came out in 2016.
It did.
Brian Cox. Nailed it.
Brian Cox.
Emil Hirsch.
Ooh, I like him.
Yeah.
I do like him.
He plays his son. And so Brian Cox is like a sort of pathologist, you know, like when they cut open the body and try and determine the cause of death.
I thought they looked after paths.
Silly cunt. Anyway, so he's like a pathologist, and they get their job is to determine the cause of death. So the kind of, except they don't cause the death.
Okay.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Allegedly,
yeah. So the movie opens. The police have found a body buried, and so they bring the body to Brian Cox and Emil Hirsch, and so it's in the middle of a storm and all that, as you know, movies.
Yeah. There's a storm coming.
Exactly. Exactly.
That was good, wasn't it?
What was it supposed to be?
Don't go in the water. There's a shark in the water. 29 people went out. 6 came back. I don't know.
What the fuck?
I'm doing Jaws.
You are not doing Jaws.
The old drunk guy.
You're not doing Jaws. That's not happening.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
That was spot on.
It wasn't.
There's a shark in the water.
Stop.
That's spot on.
No.
That is totally Rob Schneider. No?
Don't. I'll kill you.
Ricky Schroeder? No. I told him not to go in the water. And 28 went out. 6 came back.
So you sound like David Boreanaz doing fucking Angel, the Irish version of Angel.
Thank you very much. I'll take that.
Are you sure?
That's what he sounded like.
No, it isn't.
Do I need to be more pissed?
He was pissed when he filmed that. Yeah, but he wasn't as Irish as that.
Alright. I told him not to go in the water. That better? Crack on. Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, so they start doing the autopsy, and
is the whole movie about the autopsy?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Given the name.
Is it like an Exorcist type thing?
It turns into a supernatural thriller.
Me likes them.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they start doing the autopsy. They start finding fucked up shit, and they're like, "What the hell's happened to this woman?" And then, basically, weird fucking shit starts happening in the morgue. Like, it starts off with, the radio starts playing creepy ass songs and stuff.
Why is it always radios playing creepy
radios
songs?
are bastards.
They are, aren't they? I fucking hate radios.
Always
in
with
movies.
the radios.
Like if I ever make a horror movie, there will be no radios in it.
I am not having a radio in my horror movie.
Don't.
There ain't none.
Don't.
Nope.
Oh, but you'll have a phone.
A phone?
Aye, and it'll start playing a creepy ringtone.
No, it won't.
Could have done.
That's just stupid.
Okay.
Stupid writing.
Autopsy Gene.
Yeah. So weird shit starts happening, and then events happen and stuff and things. Really good. Creepy as a bastard. There's a thing that they keep doing where Brian Cox's character ties it's like an old school pathology mortuary thing where they tied bells to the dead body's feet,
right?
So that if they weren't actually dead, they could go with,
Is that where the term bells and whistles comes from?
I have no idea.
Would have been good though. Autopsy Jane.
I hate you. Yeah. So there's some creepy shit with that. All sorts of fucked up stuff starts happening. It's really scary. Really damn good story. I would recommend you give it a go.
I may do that. Probably not though.
You should.
No, I have seen that one about. I've seen people talking about that. I have seen a few reviews of that. I will give it a go. Emil Hirsch though, I do like Emil Hirsch.
Yeah, it's good.
He's a good little actor. Him.
Yeah.
Doesn't do enough.
No, I had a look at his IMDb. There ain't
Doesn't
a
do
lot
enough. He's one of those ones that is very choosy. Maybe shouldn't be though.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Not everything you make can be amazing. You've got to make a couple of shit ones.
You try to be Daniel Day-Lewis.
He is, and he'll not get there.
Have you got any TV shows to speak about?
TV.
I know one that I wanted you to speak about.
Yeah, Still Game.
Yeah.
I just fucking talk about Still Game.
I'm made up that you're starting to watch this.
I'm made up I've started to watch this. I'm really fucking enjoying it. I'm on season 2. I think I'm 4 episodes into season 2. And yeah, I'm absolutely fucking loving it. It's I used to like Chewing the Fat. I've always said that I watched Chewing the Fat. I could never quite get into Still Game. But I was looking through Netflix for something to watch, and there it was with all the series and that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll watch an episode and see how I get on with it. I didn't think the first episode was that strong, but there was enough in there.
Well, it's just bringing them together, wasn't it? So
there was enough in there, and there was enough sort of I found myself laughing out loud, and I thought, you know what? I'm laughing out loud. I'm getting a bit of a sore jaw a little bit. I must have enjoyed it. Let's go for episode 2. And I kept watching it. And there's 2 characters in the show that make me keep... No, there's 3 characters in the show that make me keep watching it. And it's not the 2 main guys.
If you don't say Naveed here, there's something very wrong
Naveed's one
with
of
you.
them, because Naveed's great.
Everybody loves Naveed.
You cheeky bastard.
He's
fucking great.
There's a moment, I can't remember which series it's... I think it's maybe series 2, but he has a rant about Anne Robinson.
Right? Yeah, I've not seen that yet.
And when that was being filmed, The Weakest Link was still about and stuff. So he sort of has a rant about if he went on The Weakest Link and she took the piss out of him, that would be his answer. And he has a massive fucking rant. And the first time I watched that, I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard.
He is a good character.
Naveed is great. Winston?
Winston's number 2, yeah. The thing about Naveed, there was a scene in the first series. We'll get on to the next 2, but there's a thing in the first series when their friend Willie had died. Willie McIntosh had died.
Yeah.
And then he turns up at the end of the episode, and Naveed stood there going, "Willie McIntosh, you're dead." And he's like, "You're dead." And he's like, "Oh, Isa." And he gets Isa to come through, and he's like, "Tell him he's dead." And the guy's gone, "I'm no deed." He's like, I'm here.
Could a deed guy do this? Could he? All right, I believe you.
You're no deed. But yeah, love Naveed. Winston's fucking brilliant. I think the first episode was when he had his nephew, and he had him on the boxing trail, and I found him annoying. I was like, I don't like that character at all. But as it's gone on, I totally love him as a character. The thing with the electric meter was just genius.
Yep.
That was class.
Yep.
Winston's great. But number 3 on my list of 3 characters is probably my favourite character in the show. Can you guess it?
Tam?
No.
No? Old Eric?
He's good. No, I don't know if I've met him.
Bobby?
No.
No. Isa.
Isa.
Okay.
I fucking love Isa. She is so fucking cool. I love the fact that they all try to avoid her, but they clearly all love her to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of, I think that's where the show, that's where its heart is. That's where the heart of the show
That is, you know, I said to you that it is better than Tune the Fat because Tune the Fat was a sketch show.
Yeah.
Whereas Still Game is a sitcom. So you spend a lot more time with these characters.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's like 6 series. And they're
I think I have 6. Huh?
A new series came out last year. They're doing a new series right now.
Good.
Because it was off air for like 10 years because the two it's written by Greg Hempel, who you know Grado hates.
Grado
and Ford Kiernan, I think I've pronounced that right. And they fell out. I can't remember why they fell out, but they fell out, and they stopped speaking, and the show was gone.
Yeah.
Its height.
It's as simple as that.
Absolute, height of popularity. It was one of the few Scottish sitcoms to be shown in England.
It's not like the only Scottish sitcom
Rabsy,
like ever made.
Rabsy Nisbet was shown in England. But Still Game was one of them, and it was popular as fuck, and the two of them fell out. It was a damn shame.
I remember being a popular, but I just never got into it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I'm watching it now. I'm glad I'm getting into it.
Well, it gets better and stronger with each series. Like, the more time you spend with these characters, and like you say, you know, there are moments where it's not sort of funny anymore, and you know, it kind of
I think one of the episodes was it might have even been the first episode, but when they sit down and they're having a cup of tea and they're basically talking about their ex-wives kind of thing, or their dead wives, and you're sitting there going, "Oh my god, yeah, I was laughing a minute ago."
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets the chuckles back straight away.
Yeah,
it's a good show. It's a really
there's a lot of those moments with Winston. Funnily enough,
you don't really get much of that. Not really had much of that yet. Isa had me going. Isa did have me going.
Yeah.
When the husband came back.
Yes, that was the end of the first series, wasn't it?
But Winston, again, one of the reasons he's one of my favourite characters, because when he walked in and they'd finished having the word with the husband, and he's like, "What you did here?" And like he's having a go at him and all that, and they're like, "We've dealt with it, Winston." And he's kind of like, "You've dealt with it? How's you not got 2 black eyes then?" Like, I was just sitting there going, "Fucking get in," and that's where the heart lies for me. Just, I think, sort of, to me right now, the show almost revolves around her in a way, because they all have this. They all have. Maybe I'm watching it a totally different way to other people, but they all seem to have this affinity for the woman that they all try and avoid constantly, and I love it. It's just great.
There's a lot of moments like that, like moments where they're in the lift and she goes, "Hold the lift!" and they're pressing the button, "Close your bastard! Close your bastard! Close your bastard!" Aye.
She knows she starts saying something and he goes, "Oh fuck!" and the doors open. He's like, "Let's go!" But yeah, it's Still Game. I'm loving it, and I'm going to crack on with that.
Good.
Definitely.
I am made up that you're enjoying that.
So am I.
Yeah.
I was in need of a good comedy, and that is a good comedy. So, very of the moment humour, like you were saying before about a rant with Weakest Link and all that. A lot of it is of the moment.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to, not really reach back, but you kind of have to think about some of it a little bit, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." But yeah,
good. I'm pleased. Now, a new American show. What is on Sky Atlantic, I think it is. The show is set in the 1970s. And it's about sort of struggling stand-up comedians. Right. The show is called I'm Dying Up Here. No. It's really funny. Really, really funny. Like, it's about comedians in like a sort of comedy club type thing. I think it's in New York. And they're like, they're sort of trying to, like, the comedy club has like 2 rooms, and if you're in the main room, then you're sort of you're like a ball hair away from making it big,
right,
kind of thing. So they're sort of trying to improve their acts to get up to the main room. But there's also a story going on where in the opening episode, a character who was one of them, he was, and he'd actually just made it big. He'd made it up to the main room. Then you go from the main room onto like a sort of, you get booked on a TV show to do a little stint, and then that's you've made it, you're big. So he's done that. He's made it big, and it's actually played by the guy who played the Winter Soldier, whose name I forgot.
All right, Sebastian Stan.
That's the one. That's the one. It's played by him.
Aye, he's on
and then, well, he dies in the first episode.
Cheers.
You're very welcome.
I'm not watching that then.
And so it's about the characters sort of dealing with his death, and then like there's other circumstances, maybe possibly, that have led to it, and so they're dealing with that. But it's also about them trying to sort of, you know, make it to the main room kind of thing. And it's really, really good.
It sounds all right.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like Judd Apatow's Funny People.
Never watched that.
It sounds a bit like that.
But yeah, I'm Dying Up Here, it's called. And I really recommend it. If I hadn't watched like 3 episodes, I would have thingied it for just the pilot. But I want to watch more episodes. So
that's how that works.
Exactly.
When you enjoy it.
Yeah, and there's more than one episode as well.
Yeah. So it's not a TV movie.
Boom.
I have one more. Well, 2 more, because we're going to talk about Game of Thrones. But first of all, I watched the first 2 episodes of a TV show that I also think, like Still Game, you'll be happy about.
Mm-hmm.
Glow.
Wow!
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Don't get too excited.
Oh, no.
Because I don't know how I feel about it yet. I really don't. Like, the first episode was good. When the guy was listing out the rules and started talking about cunt punches, yeah, I was going to watch another episode. Because it was like, okay, you've said that twice in the same sentence, and it sounded great, so I'm watching this. Yeah, it seems alright. It does seem alright. I'm gonna have a go at it, but I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it in the way that I kind of hoped I might.
Yeah.
But there's enough there. The leading lass, I can't remember her name.
The one from Mad Men.
Yes, she's good. She's really good. But also her best mate, who she had the fight with in the first episode when the guy started fantasizing about them in the ring. She's great as well.
She is great. She was from Nurse Jackie, the one I told you about.
Yes. Is she going to be a main character right through?
Yes.
Right, okay. Because I'm only on the 2nd episode, and to be honest, I passively aggressively watched that one because I still hadn't decided. I'm going to keep going with it because it looks like it might be alright.
It is really good. I enjoyed it.
But
and I'm never wrong. So
you are never wrong, to be fair. But there was enough in that first episode that made us laugh and sort of like I thought was well done. Especially the bit when he was fantasizing about them fighting in the ring just looked great. I was just like,
and the guy who's like the sort of main like promoter sort of fella, he's great as well. I'm not sure who the hell he is, but he's great.
I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna keep watching it because you loved it. Brigger seems to love it.
Brigger loves fucking Riverdale, so you know, just trust my opinion instead of Brigger's.
Not a vote of confidence,
no, it's not. It's not.
So yeah, what have you been watching?
I have been watching a BBC show. I know. It's a sitcom again.
Wowzers.
All about the sitcoms tonight.
Yeah.
Right, so the series is called Quacks.
Quacks. Is it about the Mighty Ducks?
No.
Oh.
No. Never that. No, it's set in Victorian London.
Okay.
And it's about sort of four like there's like a surgeon, a dentist, a psychologist.
Oh, those type of quacks.
Yeah.
I'm not watching that.
It's really fucking funny. Really funny. Cast. You got Rory Kinnear in there.
Okay.
The one who fucked the pig in the first episode of Black Mirror.
Yep, not watching that.
Tom Basden.
Nope.
Matthew. Oh shite, what's his name? Hold on. Matthew Bainton. He was in Gavin and Stacey. He was Smithy's like sort of work partner.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Lydia Leonard as well. Rupert Everett is in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really funny.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
You lost me at Victorian Doctors.
I'm not going to bother trying to fucking sell it to you. There's no point. There's no point. Another one that I told you about though,
right?
Which I'll go on to quickly. It's another mockumentary. Funnily enough, it's from the Netflix. It's called Art of the Deal.
Yeah, you told me about this. Yeah. I am going to watch this.
You should watch 100%. This. This is set in the 1980s, not Victorian London. And it's so it's about Donald Trump in the 1980s. It's really fucking good.
Is he like it's gonna be huge?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
What a dick.
Yeah. So they're making a documentary about Trump's book, The Art of the Deal. Really good.
I am gonna watch it.
Really fucking funny.
Because anything that pokes fun at the Americans, I'm gonna watch. And that seems like a big kick.
Maybe say that now before we fly over to America.
Yeah. When I get over there, I'll be loving them.
Mm-hmm.
Not making love to them.
I don't believe you. I think you're going to get us lynched.
Most likely.
Yeah.
I am kind of worried as to whether face to face they will get us. I know, like, Brigger and Blake and Jeff, we like to poke fun at each other over the podcasts and everything. But that's like over audio and you're not in the same room.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if Brigger's going to, like, take to me. I'm a bit of a bolshy prick.
I know you are.
At times.
I know you are.
I'm hard to get along with. As my bosses would tell you at my place that I work, other supermarkets are available. They like to say that I am an acquired taste.
Wow.
Yeah. That they haven't quite acquired yet.
Shit.
Shit. They said that and I was like, fuck you. So what else you been
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right, I've got one more thing, then we'll talk about Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix again. It is The Defenders.
Pish.
How do you know it's pish? Have you watched it?
Pish.
Have you watched it?
Let me tell you where I'm at. Right, on the MCU on Netflix. I've seen Daredevil season 1. I've seen Daredevil season 2. I've seen 2 episodes of Jessica Jones. I've seen a minute of Luke Cage.
Fuck Luke Cage.
I've not even attempted to watch Iron Fist because the trailer was stinking.
It was. I watched Iron Fist. It was alright.
So I don't feel I'm well equipped enough to be watching The Defenders.
No, you're not right.
No.
Wrong even.
So yeah, pish.
Shoddy. Yeah, it's. I've watched all of it. It's 8 episodes, which is actually nice.
That does make me optimistic about the series. That does make me think, you know what, I might give that a go, because 8 episodes is bite-sized enough to get into it. And you can't really mess about with 8 episodes. You can't like Game of Thrones it and stretch things out.
And, there's a lot of warp travel involved with it and stuff. So, no, I enjoyed it. I liked the 8 episode format. Jessica Jones was brilliant. She stole pretty much every scene she was in.
I heard she was in it, and I heard she was good, but she's barely in it.
No,
is
she's
what
in
I heard.
She's in it plenty.
Is she in it a lot?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, cool. It's a Avengers for the MCU.
Yeah.
Avengers for the MC.
Avengers is in the MCU.
You know what I mean, though.
MCN.
It's like Netflix. It's
MCN.
Netflix's Avengers.
Marvel Cinematic Netflix Universe. MCNU.
Whatever. You look proud, you little peacock, you.
Fucking peacock, you dickhead.
It becomes all about Iron Fist.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Towards the end. Sigourney Weaver's great. Sort of returning sort of big bads. It's like the members of the Hand. So the returning big bads are good. The old Chinese woman is great.
Okay.
She's been in pretty much all of them, I think.
She was in Daredevil.
Yeah,
definitely.
Her. She's great. She's good in it. She's very good. Yep. Towards the end of it, it becomes all about Iron Fist, which I didn't really need. You've got Elektra comes back. To be honest, I can't really remember what happens there. Yeah.
I heard. Is it just a throwaway scene? But I heard the Punisher was in it.
No.
No.
No Punisher in it.
I'm not reading.
I think post credits on the final episode there was a trailer.
So the whole Game of Thrones Skyrim was bollocks. Fucking Punisher being in it was bollocks.
Aye.
I'm not reading anything.
You've been lied to. Fake news.
Fake news.
No, it was good. I enjoyed it. I could have done with less fucking Iron Fist bullshit. But I suppose if you're doing the Hand, you kind of have to do that sort of, that sort of mystical type stuff.
Because he uses his hands to fight.
Exactly, yeah. And it was all glowy in that. Iron Fist. Jessica Jones was great. Daredevil was great. Charlie Cox was brilliant. Luke Cage was actually really, really good.
Oh.
In it, Luke Cage works well as when there's other characters there.
It's called an ensemble.
But I don't think the character's strong enough to hold its own show.
I don't think the actor's strong enough to hold his own show. That's the problem.
No, I just think the character is a bit boring.
Yeah, the character's boring as balls, but
So you can't really have a standalone show with a boring character.
Yeah, and the 1 minute of Luke Cage that I watched was boring as shit.
Yeah. And I watched 3 episodes and it didn't get better.
Okay.
So, there you go. Yeah, Defenders, it was alright. Cool. And then, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it for too long.
I'm dying for a piss right now, so yeah.
It ended, and you liked it, I didn't.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Will we just leave it at that?
Ice Dragon.
Ice Dragon was cool. I mean, like I said to you, I messaged you saying that the first 15 minutes was great.
No, that's not what you messaged me, first of all. You messaged me going, Game of Yawns.
Because I was yawning.
You wanker, you.
First 15 minutes was great. Everything after that was just like, oh, look what we're going to do in Series 8. And then the last 5 minutes was amazing.
Yeah, but that's what they fucking do. And it was not like that. It was.
It was.
It was fucking not.
It was.
How was it?
They go into the dragon pit. Everybody meets up. And the Hound goes up to the mountain and says, in Season 8, me and you are going to have a fight.
That's not what you said.
He might as well have.
That's not what you said.
He might as well have.
That's not what you said.
He might as well have.
That's not what you said.
Fuck off. Fuck off, you dick. They all kind of they all made googly eyes at each other as if to say, oh, guess what we're going to do in Season 8. Then Tyrion fucked off to speak to Cersei. By the way, I'm calling it. I've been calling it all this season. He is going to betray the fuck out of Daenerys. And that scene when they started boning towards the end and he was stood outside, he's betraying that woman. Big time. And I can't fucking wait.
I think you're maybe right.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because we didn't see the end of the conversation with him and Cersei. He was like, you're pregnant. And then it cut away and I was like, ooh. Then he came back and he was with her. And yeah, don't try and give Theon a redemption arc in the last episode of a season.
This is where I'll back you up, because that
Bollocks.
did nothing for me.
It did nothing. It was so fucking stupid. One conversation with Jon Snow, Aegon Targaryen, is going to make him like a fucking badass. What a dick. You can't... Nah, I'm not having that.
And yeah, I was watching it with Paul. You know, he did that. He did his little fight. He kind of beat the guy. And then they all started cheering him.
Yeah.
And he goes, what a bunch of fickle bastards.
Yeah. I did love the bit when he tried to kick him in the balls and he didn't have a willy. That was funny as fuck.
It would still hurt though, surely.
It would. But you know what? In the last episode of the season, don't give me a redemption arc for Theon that comes out of fucking nowhere.
I will agree with you there. That did absolutely fucking nothing for me. I couldn't care less about that character anymore. Just fuck off. You know, I think we had a conversation at the end of the last season as well about involving Arya Stark. If you can't watch that scene where they do the sort of little double sort of twist with Littlefinger,
you're calling that a twist, eh?
Well, it was.
You calling that a twist?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
That's where we're at now.
I am.
Go on then.
If you can't go fucking yes at that bit, then you shouldn't be watching the show anymore.
I did go fucking yes. I did actually I quite liked that scene, but it was obvious where it was going from the start. From the moment Arya walked into the middle and Littlefinger was stood at the side like a little fucking snivelling rat. From that moment, you were kind of like, yeah, this isn't going where you think it's going.
I didn't get it.
You didn't?
No.
So you, at no point... Okay, going into that episode of this series, the finale episode, at no point did you even think, forget before that series, that scene, but at no point did you think Littlefinger's getting his comeuppance in this episode?
Well, that's what I wanted to happen.
Well, of course.
But then it's Game of Thrones.
So what? Arya's going to kill Sansa? Sansa's going to kill Arya? Bollocks. They've been making you think that. They've been Littlefingering you this whole time.
I do like that when that happens.
Yeah.
Don't put your thumb up at me.
To make you think that one of these two girls is going to kill each other. It was obvious it was never going to happen. It was obvious that Littlefinger was going to get taken out.
What I wanted to happen was for some faceless man shit to happen.
That would have been cool.
And then Arya kills him. I wanted him to die by the end of the series. That's what I wanted to happen. I didn't see that. I thought like he'd gotten in Sansa's head.
And did you not think it was too... don't want to say glorious, but do you not think it was too good of a death for Littlefinger? I kind of thought, like you say, he was going to get Walder Frayed or something like that. Like, it wasn't going to be, we're going to make you stand trial and execute you kind of thing, and we're going to let Arya kill you.
I thought maybe, like, you know, maybe he thinks that he's gotten, because he obviously did think he'd won, and that Arya was going to be executed, but maybe, like I say, some sort of faceless man stuff, and he confesses, and Arya goes, and then fucking slits his bastard throat.
That would have been a good touch, like, if she had been Sansa in that scene, because, you know, she said in the episode before that, when she was like, I could be you if I want.
Don't you have to kill the person before you can use the face?
I don't know. It seems to be willy-nilly on Game of Thrones. They do whatever they want. Christ, they can travel Westeros in like fucking 5 seconds.
You go.
And that was one thing I did like. One thing I did like about this episode, they didn't go very far.
Well, they went from fucking King's Landing to Dragonstone in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. That's fine. They've been doing it all season.
Oh, yeah.
She was on a dragon, so...
As I said to Hobie, they've got warp travel, so...
They seem to. It still fucking winds me up.
No, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next series. Our fucking Ice Dragon, that was awesome.
For me, I just thought it was just a little bit too predictable. The whole episode was just a little bit too predictable. Like, even when it looked like Cersei was teaming up with them, and then she had that scene with Jaime a little bit later, you know... The scene that they fucking recycled twice, basically. You had Tyrion telling the Mountain, oh, fucking kill me. And then later on you had Jaime, oh, fucking kill me. It was just bollocks. But you kind of knew that Euron hadn't fucked off to the Iron Islands.
Yeah.
That was never going to happen, considering he's a badass.
I did think for a second, when the Mountain sort of took his sword out, I thought Jaime's died. Fucking Jaime's dead.
See, in my head, I thought Jaime was going to kill her.
Kill Cersei?
Yeah, when the sword came out, I thought, oh, fuck, Jaime's going to kill you. And then he's going to run away from the mountain, because who the fuck couldn't run away from the mountain?
Yeah.
He's slower than a Dalek.
Ooh.
To be fair.
Doctor Who reference. Nice.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you. But yeah, that's where I thought that scene was going, and then I didn't get that. I just got a pissy little scene of him fucking walking away.
I liked it. You didn't. I need a pee.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Everybody was going nuts on the Facebook when the wall fell about Tormund possibly being dead. At any point, did you think he might be dead?
Who?
Tormund on top of the wall, Brienne's love piece.
Is he not dead?
With the big ginger beard?
Yeah. Is he not dead?
No, he was on top of the wall, and then the wall kind of fell. And then I went on Facebook, and everybody was like, oh my god, Tormund might be dead. But like, Game of Thrones... The directors or whoever, when they edited, they gave you no indication that he might be. So why are people thinking that?
Because he was on top of a big wall that fell down.
Yeah, a portion of the wall fell down, and he was stood on the edge watching it fall down. So clearly he's fucking safe.
I really didn't think about it, to be honest. I just thought Ice Dragon.
One thing I've been loving are theories, Game of Thrones theories this year.
I know. Yeah, I don't really...
But that one pissed me off.
I really... Everybody seems to be all about the fucking fan theories this season, and it's not really something I bother about. It annoys me more than anything.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's what we've been watching, and we'll be coming back in a moment for... We're going to do a top 5 and then Ridiculous 6.
Yeah, top 5.
Let's do Ridiculous 6 next, because you've been dying to do it.
Fucking hell.
So,
It'll not take long, to be fair.
No, it won't.
What's this now?
You're that orphan raised by Indians.
I'm fixing to rob the bank here in town.
What are you?
His name is White Knife.
That's right.
I swear a man can't ride 5 miles in this territory without running into outlaws and Indians. Apparently, there's some new gang out there robbing everybody blind.
Half the lawmen in the West are already looking for us.
You know which way them there ridiculous 6 rode off to?
This is gonna be so much fun.
No.
If Frank Stockburn is your father, raise your hand.
Oh, dang.
And now, it's time for 0%ers. Shrimpers. New theme tune.
Nice.
No, it's the crap.
Nice.
I just did it on the fly.
Better than a movie.
So yeah, we one of our new sections, probably one of my favourite sections right now, is
It was
0%ers. There is a website out there that Chris and I detesting them even more now. But we're not big fans of a certain website that's initials are RT. And they have a scoring system where they give movies between 0% and 100%. So the idea of the 0%ers is exactly what it says. We are going to watch the movies that they have given 0% based on critic reviews and normal people reviews, because critics are not normal people. And so yeah, this was 2015's turn, because we're going back in the years. At first we were just choosing randomly. Now we're going back the years, so we had 2017, 16, this is 2015, and it's Adam Sandler's Ridiculous 6.
Yep.
So, 0%ers, Chris. How did you get on with this movie?
Yeah, it nearly finished me. It wouldn't end.
It's bad.
The movie wouldn't end.
The movie, it ended.
It ended, but
it was 2 hours long.
It didn't want to.
This movie was 2 hours long. Can you believe that?
It was... Okay, well, we may as well get it off. We may as well fucking get it out of the way.
Just go for it.
Do you give it 0%?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, same here. Done.
Yeah.
Next.
This is the first movie that I wholeheartedly agree with everybody who said...
I gave the last one 0%. What was it again?
The Bruce Willis one.
Yes.
Precious Cargo.
I gave that one 0%. But yeah, this one is 0% all the way. It was horrendous.
It is bad. It's bad. And the shame of it is that there's actually a couple of decent people in this movie that really should not be slumming it.
Yes. So
first of all, let's just talk about let's talk about the Ridiculous Six, the characters that were playing the Ridiculous Six, who were all brothers. So you had Adam Sandler. Oh my god, like fucking what? Like yeah. Adam Sandler's in there, Rob Schneider's in there, Terry Crews is in there, Taylor fucking Lautner's in there, Hurley from Lost, who I didn't even fucking realise it was Hurley from Lost.
Until the scene where they were at, like were they playing poker or something?
Yeah,
that's when I went, fucking hell, that's him from Lost.
Yeah, slumming it. Jorge Garcia and Luke Wilson. Yeah, like the least talented Wilson brother, rounding out the crew. All playing mass fucking stereotypes of the most stereotypical people you could find. First off, how fucking racist is this movie?
Very, very racist.
Unbelievably. Like, to the point where I read one guy on that website who said the only positive thing he could say is that Tim Hurley and Adam Sandler, who both wrote the movie, were at least trying to write jokes for the first time in years. And I was sitting there going...
Were they?
I was sitting there thinking they maybe were, but they were missing every fucking mark. And racism can be funny. It can be. In the right way. And in the right way is when you're not being blatantly racist.
You need a very intelligent writer.
Yes.
To write a racist joke and have it be funny. Mm-hmm. And Adam Sandler is not that.
He's definitely not that. And in this movie, it was just overly offensive. Things that I may normally laugh at were just massively offensive.
For example, in that same scene as when we realised that that's Hurley, they do a scene where one of them has his hands over his face like that.
Yeah.
And Rob Schneider went, "Oh, sometimes I do that when I'm home alone."
Yeah.
Nah. It was fucking not.
So yeah, we have we also have some cameos. We have Harvey Keitel. What the fuck's Harvey Keitel doing in this movie?
It gets worse than that.
It gets worse than that. We have Steve Buscemi.
What in the blue thundering fucking hell is Steve Buscemi doing that shit for?
Doing the shtick he was doing as well was even worse. He was playing like a barber who was rubbing cream all over their faces but sticking his fingers up a donkey's ass. And then sticking his fingers up people's nuts, and it was just like, "The fuck are you doing, Steve Buscemi?"
You can't. I don't. Why would you do that? Why, if Adam Sandler came to you and said, Steve Buscemi, would you like to do this movie, what I'm doing for Netflix? Here's the script. Why the fuck would you do that?
I know they go back. They go way back. Like, he's been starring in quite a few. Like, I'm sure he was in, like, Billy Madison. He was in Airheads way back in the day. So they've done stuff together before. But you're right. At what point does Steve Buscemi turn around and say, you know what, I don't owe you anything?
So do you think that's how Al Pacino ended up in Jack and Jill? Like, he knew him or he owed him a favour or something?
Probably aye.
Because it's the same kind of deal.
Like, he had a ridiculously good sex tape.
Why the fuck would you do... You're Al Pacino. Why the fuck would you do that?
To be honest, though, he does have a really good joke in that.
I've never seen it.
He has a fantastic line.
And if you try and make me watch that for 0%ers, I am not doing it.
I'll never make you watch that. This is probably the last Adam Sandler movie we'll watch. There's a great line in Jack and Jill. It's a terrible, shockingly bad movie, but when he's playing the girl, when he's playing Jill, and he throws something and it breaks Al Pacino's Oscar, and then he's like, oh, I'm really sorry, but I'm sure you've got plenty more of them, and Al Pacino kind of looks at the screen and goes, you'd think. Which is a good line, because Al Pacino should have more Oscars.
So is he playing himself?
A little bit. But yeah, Nick Nolte's up in there. Let's be honest, Nick Nolte will do anything for a paycheck now.
He will, yeah.
So we weren't surprised to see that one. The one I was most surprised at, actually, and this might sound silly, but Steve Zahn. Like, he's still quite a good actor. Like,
which one's that?
He was the one with the dodgy eye, and he was the only one that cut his other eye out.
Oh, he played Steve Buscemi's brother in Boardwalk Empire.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a good fucking actor. He's done some really cracking stuff, and then to turn up in this...
Also in Death Note.
In Death Note, yes. But to turn up in this, like, fucking... Yeah, bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I don't really want to go too far into it.
What else do you say? We're not going through the plot because fuck that.
It's basically six brothers want to save their dad, so they go robbing banks, and hilarity ensues. And yeah, don't ever watch this movie. It fully deserves the 0%. I'm fully on board with never watching another Adam Sandler movie for the 0%ers.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And luckily, he didn't release anything in 2014.
Good.
So that's not on the list. And that's what's up next. We have 2014.
Okay.
This is a movie that I remember hearing about, but I never actually saw it. And I had no idea about the cast. This movie has got Tim Roth. You know,
Tim Roth is doing a fucking 0%er.
Yep. Huh. Sam Neill. Yeah. Gerard Depardieu.
Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. And Fisher Stevens from Hackers and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll recognise him when you see him. This movie's called United Passions. Yeah, it's not gay porn. It's the FIFA movie. Remember when Seb Blatter was getting done for all the corruption and stuff like that? Aye. And then they unfortunately made a movie about Seb Blatter's career around about the same time he was getting fucking sued. Tim Roth, Sam Neill, Fisher Stevens, and it's basically the story of FIFA.
Okay.
And it got 0%.
Sounds okay on paper.
It got a massive fucking slating.
Right.
And I think it's got like 33 rotten reviews.
I can pretty much tell you that if Tim Roth is in a film, I'm not giving it 0%.
Exactly, it's Tim Roth. That's what it was. There was another one that I was close to picking because I remembered seeing that everybody hated it. But then I saw Tim Roth's in a movie that got 0%. I was like, nah, I'm not having that. So I feel we need to watch this one.
And watch it, we bloody well.
And hopefully set something
because let's face it, compared to Ridiculous 6, it's going to be like The Godfather.
Well, to be fair, I feel like we needed one that would be almost like The Godfather compared to Ridiculous 6. So yeah, Ridiculous 6, definitely 0%. You got that one right. And so far, that's the only one I've said, but this is your second 0%. Mm-hmm. So does that mean you're a little bit more negative than me?
No.
Just means you're more of a realist.
Yeah, the Bruce Willis one was terrible.
It was alright.
It wasn't.
It was alright.
It wasn't. Ridiculous 6 was racist. It was not funny. It was poorly written. It was poorly acted. Fuck you, Adam Sandler. Fuck you, Netflix, for fucking giving that guy a contract. Done. Next.
Yeah, because he's made like another 6, hasn't he? And with that, we are going to move on to our top 5.
Yeah, and we're going all clippy in that.
Yeah, so I'm going to quickly play a cheeky little promo, and then we'll be back.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Blake from the History of Bad Ideas. And we'll get back to your regularly scheduled program here in just a second, geek listeners. But we do a weekly podcast called The History of Bad Ideas.
Yeah, where we'll discuss things like television or movies or music or games or any other thing that falls into our geek-related podcast knowledge.
You can find us on Geek Life Radio, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, or Radio-Blitz, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, or you can listen to us whenever the hell you want on iTunes and Stitcher. Check us out. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, top 5 time.
Top 5 time. I was having a bit of a day, so I pretty much you took command on the top 5 of choosing, and then you sent me the top 5, and then I made very little effort to choose a top 5. So yeah, what is the top 5?
The top 5 is top ringtones from movies or TV shows that you have had throughout the years.
So let me tell you what I did.
What did you do?
It's been a running theme on this show that when we do a top 5, I always ask my wife's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says something completely ludicrous, and I say, no, I'm not doing that. This time, I have actually let my wife choose my top 5 for me.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've got them here.
So I've had the time of my life is going to be on the list, yeah?
It could possibly be on the list. It could be. Yeah, she's kind of done me a little bit of a kipper here.
She made you look a right mug.
They're not terrible, to be fair. They're not quite the ones I might have chose.
Well, at least one of mine is embarrassing as fuck, and these are all ringtones that I have had on my phone at some point since I've had a phone.
So what are you saying? Like, you've done your homework and I never?
I'm calling you a pikey, if anything.
Okay. But, yeah, I'm perfectly happy with the list she sent me, so yeah, fuck you.
Are you?
So, this is ringtones that we have had, or my wife has had, over the years on their phone, and this might actually go down okay. Like, what is it, Blake and Jeff, like the female perspective. It might bode well for me here.
Okay.
Yeah, it might. She probably chose better than me. So, what is your number 5?
So, yeah, my number 5, no surprise here, it's one of my favourite shows of all time. I think this may have been, before they started doing, like, MP3 files. It was just like 2 or 3 tones.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might have been one of them. It's The X-Files. X-Files. Good.
Yeah, man.
As intros go, that's bloody good.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a good ringtone.
I'm sure one of my mates at school had it, but when you used to be able to go on the internet and you could find out how to create your own ringtone, and like we're talking about Nokia like 3310s here, and you could create your own ringtone by pressing certain buttons. My mate had that, but like he'd created it himself, and yeah, it didn't sound anything like it. And he kept telling me it's X-Files. I promise you, it's X-Files. I mean, it doesn't sound like it. But yeah, that's what
X-Files.
we
It's everybody knows that song. It's not embarrassing. Not really. Not compared to my next one.
No, your next one's pretty damn embarrassing.
So what's your number, or Lindsay's number 5?
Well, let's see what Lindsay has chosen for my number 5, because I haven't actually labelled them, so I can't see what they are. But yeah,
you can't see what any of them are.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Not until we play them. So
okay.
Hopefully she hasn't stitched me up. So yeah, number 5,
right.
Ringtone that my wife has had on her phone or has heard on somebody else's phone is this.
There we go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's alright.
I'm alright with that. It is the Addams Family, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. Like I'm good with that. I quite like this whole like surprise thing of not knowing what you're gonna get. But I can't.
That could change in the next 4 picks.
I couldn't quite honestly say that. I would never have had that. But yeah, Addams Family.
Well, as you said in the car on the way up here, that you've never really been a big sort of geeky ringtone type of fella.
Not really. I mean, I had a couple, but to be fair, when it comes to my phone is always on silent. And that's not like something that's just happened recently. It's always been like that.
Yeah, I don't get that.
What,
like vibrate? Is it on vibrate?
It's on vibrate. Yeah, it's you sometimes. I mean, right now it's not on vibrate. I don't do vibrate on the iPhone. But for the most part, I just like to just like, I'm not bothered. Like if somebody's going to phone me and I see that they're phoning me, I'll answer it. But if I miss,
or if like I WhatsApp you, you'll ignore it.
That's what it is. That's why I end up blue ticking you, because I don't actually hear it. No, because you still
that's
have
bollocks,
to,
isn't it?
You still have to open it, don't you? Yeah, that's bollocks.
You're just being an ignorant asshole.
So, what is your number 4?
Okay,
scores in the doors. Number 4.
My number 4. This is the.
I could have been a bingo caller. I'd make a good bingo caller.
You still could. Life goals.
Two fat ladies. 88. Number 4.
Number 4. This is an embarrassing one. This is one that again I had on one of my phones at some point, possibly the iPhone, in MP3 format, so you can hear every bit. It is Danger Mouse.
He's the greatest. He's fantastic.
Danger Mouse, man.
I don't find that embarrassing whatsoever.
No?
No.
If you're in the office and it goes off and it's Danger Mouse, it's a little bit embarrassing.
But
that's why you put your fucking phone on silent when you're in the office.
Yeah, like all the time.
Well, I don't, because it's my office, so I can do what I fucking want.
But what's more embarrassing, right? Being in the office where there's only 2 of you, and your phone goes off, and it's a little bit of Danger Mouse, or being at work with like loads of people around you and Star Wars goes off. But yeah, let's see what my wife has chosen for number 4.
Nice. Classic.
Nice.
Classic.
Maybe she hasn't stitched me up.
There's 3 more to go.
This is turning out okay.
Is one of them going to be Erasure?
Erasure? What did Erasure do?
Oh, like dancey songs and stuff.
No, probably not.
Or Right Said Fred.
I'm. You know what, man? I'm good.
That's a
with
good pick. That's a damn good pick.
This list is sort of similar to something I might have chose. So yeah, I'm okay with that one. Yay! Thank you. I did feel like I was going to get fully stitched up because she did have that look on her face.
It's not over yet. Maybe she's like lulling you into a false sense of security.
All right, and then like the number 1's going to be like absolutely rancid.
False sense of security.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is quite.
Their number 1's going to be like Somewhere Over the Rainbow or something like that.
She is quite cunning, and I'll give her that. So,
yeah,
what is your numero 3?
My number 3. I had this as a ringtone for ages and ages. I am not embarrassed about this at all. It's from the WWE. It's probably the only WWE song I've had
as a ringtone.
As a ringtone, yeah. I think
I do have a WWE song on my phone, but I can't figure out how to make it my ringtone, and I really want to, but it'd be pointless because my phone's always on silent.
And it's shit.
But Bobby Roode, I wanted that as my ringtone.
Yeah, you're that kind of asshole that would have Glorious as your ringtone.
Big time.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard that, I'm like, that is my ringtone from now on. But I don't know how to set it as my ringtone. So.
Spastic. I do still have this file on my phone. It's actually my alarm because it got bumped for the Wonder Woman music.
Yeah.
So
that's fine.
It is Degeneration X, motherfucker.
Break it down. Degenerate into something cool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah. That's a break, little man. Break it down.
DX, man. DX are cool.
Yeah, that's a given. I kind of had a feeling this one would be there. I'm sure, like, you only just changed that like last week.
No, I've had Wonder Woman since we saw Wonder Woman because that music is fucking great.
It's badass.
Yeah,
it is.
I don't think that's going anywhere. Yeah,
for a while.
For a while until Wonder Woman 2 comes out.
Ooh, and it will be the same theme tune.
That's a good point. So, your number 3.
Number 3, I'm feeling good about this.
Are you?
Yeah,
You still don't know what it is?
I'm trying not to look at them. I'm sort of queuing them up, and I'm trying not to look.
Okay,
and let's just see if I've been stitched up.
Okay.
So, number 3, let's hope it's a good one.
Nice! Nice. I'm very impressed.
You know, and sometimes you have to question whether your wife actually does love you. This is one of those moments that I think she likes me enough not to screw me over on the podcast, and that's
all you can ask for.
That is quite that's quite literally the best you could ever hope for. Yeah, man, Knight Rider. I'm good with that.
I am impressed with that.
I had Knight Rider. I did actually have Knight Rider on my phone, so yeah. I'm okay with that.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm good with that one.
Happy days.
So, your numeros dos.
Yeah, so absolutely no surprise with this one being on my list. Great show. Predictable as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
You going to be buying the Blu-rays?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
so.
you will.
When did you say they were out?
18th of September.
I might wait until we come back.
Yeah, I would.
You know, because you've got to think of beer money on the plane.
Yeah, beer money, definitely. Yeah, I'm going to get tanked on the plane.
So, like, just the 2 for you then?
Just the 2?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day, because I was kind of like, you know, Blake keeps on saying that when we go over, show him how, like, Brits drink and all that. And he seems to have this big thing about, like, how... Because obviously he's, like, a Navy man and all that. So he's drank with some proper Navy Brits and stuff like that. He's going to be proper disappointed with me.
Yeah,
because
I feel like I'm flying the flag all on my own.
You definitely are.
I'm flying the flag all on my own.
Wow, that's
oh my god,
that's a whole nother podcast.
Yep.
But yeah, I kind of feel like 2 drinks and I'm going to be under the table.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
without a doubt. Although jet lag, so I might well be joining you.
Jet lag, yeah, I can blame jet lag. It's not just that I'm a pussy when it comes to peeve.
I'm still really hoping that. Because we're there we're only there like sort of 4 days, 4 like full days.
Yeah, 4 full days.
That, like, and it's 4 busy ass days.
Yeah.
That it won't hit us until we get back.
So we won't get drunk until we get home.
So, getting drunk, but like, you know, the fucked part of it won't hit us until we get back to the UK, and then we can just
time zones
be half-deed for a week.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that.
So,
but yeah, Buffy.
Your number 2 was?
Buffy. Wonder how many times Buffy the Vampire Slayer has shown up on clip shows.
On our clip shows?
On our clip shows. On my list, obviously.
I wonder how many times Buffy the Vampire has turned up on a top 5 on
Quite
our shows.
Same as Jaws.
Yep.
Jaws.
You mean...
Gangs of New York.
You mean, I told him not to go in the water.
That's not...
That is exactly
how
he
sounds. Robert
sounds.
Shaw. You're not being Robert Shaw. You're being a massive cunt.
No, I'm being Roy Schneider.
You're not being Roy Schneider. That's not Roy Schneider's fucking monologue, you asshole.
I know. I'm just trying to wind you up, buddy.
That's not working.
Right, so...
Fucker. Anyway, number 2, go.
Let's dip into our bag of tricks.
Ooh.
And see...
You needed that. You need that. The bloody sound effect that you did for the... When we were picking the names.
So,
right, okay.
Number 2 on my list of top 5 TV/movie theme songs is this.
That's better. That's
Simpsons.
I'm aware.
No, that other one was an honourable mention.
Really?
And I pressed it by accident, and yeah, sorry about that.
That's not an honourable mention.
No, that would have been a wind-up, because the other honourable mention is definitely a wind-up. So, yeah. But yeah, The Simpsons. I'm alright with The Simpsons. Yeah. I didn't have it. I've never been a big fan of The Simpsons. It's not my kind of. It's not my kind of show.
I watched it up until maybe, I don't know, Wasn't it like season 50 or something?
Is it not like way past season 50?
I have no idea. Like it's gone on way too long.
They need to kill it. They need to
end it. Like it's it
was the one thing that pissed me off because Futurama came along and I loved Futurama, but Futurama would have actually stayed a thing had they ended The Simpsons.
No, I never ever watched Futurama.
It's great.
Yeah,
it is great.
I never watched it.
But I imagine a lot of people probably would have had that as their ringtone, The Simpsons. It's one of those it's a universally loved thing.
Yeah.
So she's done all right so far. Honourable mention was a bit pushy cacky.
Yeah, I'm not having that fucking thing.
The other one's that weather. No, I'm not doing that. So
you just did of anything.
Let's go into your number one.
So my number one is from Star Wars, but it's not the one that you would think. It ain't the Imperial March. It ain't the main theme.
No.
This is probably my favourite John Williams score from the entire saga. It's when the Millennium Falcon is being chased through the asteroid field in Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
And John Williams' score in this scene is fucking great.
John Williams is great anyway.
It still gives me goosebumps.
The pimplies.
Oh yeah, the big pimplies.
The goose pimplies.
Exactly. Still gives me goosebumps. It's John Williams. He's a fucking genius. I had this as my ringtone for ages and ages. It's the asteroid field. Gah.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know, when you're rewatching Empire Strikes Back, which, you know, that's the one you're going to watch, isn't it?
Yeah.
That, every time I do that, I have to turn it up to, like, the maximum level on the
11.
soundbar. Well, like 12 or something.
It was a Spinal Tap reference, sorry. Didn't go down.
I never watched Spinal Tap.
That's what's wrong with you.
Just that.
not just that, but... Yeah, that's
you want to get something like that, Vietnam?
It's a big part of it.
Aye. Yeah, bloody Empire Strikes Back. John Williams is a fucking genius. Yeah, that was my number one.
Awesome.
Q.
Well, I've just looked at mine/Lindsay's number one, and I'm happy to report she hasn't screwed me over.
Well,
because
that's disappointing.
Because it is a little bit, isn't it? I think just about practically everybody had this on their phone, and it's not Axel F. Before you say it, because that would have been the Crazy Frog.
The proper one from Beverly Hills Cop, or
I probably would have had that
stupid fucking frog thing.
Not the frog thing. I probably would have had Axel F as my number one because I remember being in school. Fucking everybody had it on their phones. But
have you rewatched that movie lately?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Yes.
It still holds up.
It was on ITV2 not long ago.
Right.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I think we should. You know, we keep saying we're going to revisit things.
Yeah.
Waterworld.
Fuck that noise.
But it still holds up, and the soundtrack is great.
Soundtrack is
80s as fuck, but it's great.
There's nothing wrong with the 80s.
Oh yeah, I know that.
80s soundtracks are like the best soundtracks.
I was born in it.
Hello, Guardians of the Galaxy.
See what I did there?
We were born in the 80s. No.
Number one, go.
My number one, I am happy to report, is also one of the other theme tunes that you would constantly hear on people's phones back in the day. And I'm so pleased that my wife hasn't screwed me over.
Yeah, okay.
Points if you sing. Go on.
No.
Go on. Revving up. Don't know the rest of the words. That's all I know.
Never seen Rocky, so...
You massive asshole. How can you never have seen Rocky?
I've seen Creed.
Creed's good.
Never seen the Rocky movies or the Rambo movies.
They're bringing back Dolph Lundgren for Creed 2.
Yeah, I read that.
Quite happy about that.
No, I've never seen the Rocky movies. I've never seen the Creed, the fucking Rambo movies.
Really?
I watched the first Rambo movie a wee while ago, and I thought it was crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit dated, and it's a bit out of time. It's out of its time, basically. It's a good film, though.
I was an Arnie man. I just couldn't get away with Sly, and really still can't.
Yeah.
I liked Copland. I liked Stop or My Mum Will Shoot.
Okay. So, with that...
Aye.
With that, let's
Did you have any honourable mentions?
No, I didn't know, because
Wonder Woman.
Lindsay did my list.
I'll do Wonder Woman.
Okay, I would as well.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, we're done.
We're done.
It's been a jam-packed episode.
That's okay.
So, Ridiculous 6 is definitely 0%er.
Fuck that movie more than Suicide Squad.
7 Days in Hell is not a pilot.
It's kind of a pilot.
But we'll let you off this once.
Sky Atlantic's fault, not mine.
It's not really.
Well, it is. It said episode 1.
My wife didn't screw me over on the top 5. Which, to be fair, is all you can ask for. To be fair.
Well, yeah.
Not to be screwed by your wife. And we brought you some fantastic news, and it's time to go. We've had a few drinks. It's getting late.
Yeah.
And
this has helped. This has helped the shitty week, to be fair.
Yeah, I haven't been having a shitty week, but I've not been having a great week, and I've been having one of those, like, you know, when you just go into work and you're like, fuck this place. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, you just like, I want to go home. I've had enough.
I don't really get that because I work from home.
But yeah, but
I want to go downstairs.
That's been my problem this week, and then today was just compounded into one situation, and then it was like, you know what? Like you said when you messaged me, we need to record. It was like, yeah, I really do.
It's really good that this has become a therapy for us.
Yeah, I think it's kind of become a therapy for most people, though.
You think so?
Yeah, like, you know, when you sort of in those moods when you're like, I want to listen to something that I hate even more than my life. That's when you listen to the 365 Flicks podcast.
Because nothing could possibly be as bad as those guys.
Did we put that on the poster? Let's put that on the poster.
Oh yeah, that's the episode title, to be fair.
Nothing is
as bad as 365 Flicks.
I love it. So yeah, we are gonna go and let you fine people get on with your lives. Come back for the next indie talk, the next regular schmegular. Definitely come back for the Cincy recap.
Next regular schmegular, possibly with Hobie, if they get the finger out.
If they stop being so fucking diva on us.
It's fucking Jason, man.
It is. It's all Jason. It's all Jason. But yeah, come back, listen to us again. And you've had quite a bit of drink, so why don't you tell people where they can find us?
I've had 5 cans.
I'm not going to do that to you again. I'm sorry.
Dickhead.
You've already done it twice tonight. Listen out for the episode with Mark Zammit. It is a fucking great conversation that we had with the guy. He is a top lad, and we want you to check out his movie. Listen to that episode to find out everything you can about it. And that's us out.
Yep, boosh, done.